My name is Tim. I'm the male part of Team Logic now, and I am playing Arcturus, the big blue Falcon. And you can mostly find me at Team Logic NL channel, so find me there.
Fantastic! And below Tim, we usually have Guildmaster Creed, but he is away on holiday. So yeah, go check him out if you can. He plays like Persona and Apex and a few other things. So yeah, when he's normally here, he's great. But hello him! We have Zeb! Go ahead, take it away!
Hello, I'm Agent Zeb. You can find me, well, on Twitch on Agent Zeb, and I play a variety of games from strategy to RPGs and all that kind of stuff. Actually planning to start some Pathfinder this week, so yeah, looking forward to that.
Oh, that is hella exciting. Kingmaker? Or the new one? Kingmaker, that's a really good game. I've played it. It's very fun. You'll enjoy it. And the other side of the screen, we have Smitty. Smitty, take it away.
Hello, this is Smitty Jane. You can find me most evenings on Twitch, doing a bunch of variety, doing Pokemon, just Outlast, very scary, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, come say hi.
Make sure you do. And above Smitty, we have Lan. Lan, take it away.
Hello, my name is Lan. I am the female half of Team Logic NL, and I usually play RimWorld on Mondays, and sometimes I'm going to play Dragon Age on Sundays. So yeah, look forward to that. And I play Shion, the bitchy half-elf who gets carried around.
And I'm very excited for this Dragon Age playthrough, because I love Dragon Age. Such a good game. Above Lan, we have Eagle. Eagle, take it away.
Hello everybody, I'm the Eagle Outlaw. How y'all doing? You can find me mostly at the Eagle Outlaw, of course. I've been playing a lot of different games from Skyrim to Pokemon, and then we recently beat some crazy games. So you guys want to go check out some of my previous things we've played, and then even just come watch what I've been playing currently. I've got a lot of things planned, hopefully, if, you know, time helps. So yeah, come check me out. Woo woo woo.
And you can find all of us in the Eagle Outlaws most of the time. But anyway, you can find me over on The Onion Soup. I play variety games, currently playing through my first ever playthrough of Breath of the Wild. It's super fun. Plan to play some more Pokemon soon as well, which should be really fun as well. So yeah, make sure you check us all out. Other than that, I believe there are no announcements. So we are going to go straight through to the recap of last week. So yeah, let's get straight into it. We started the session on the road with the party escorting Felix's wagon towards Arkenvale. As they were travelling, they overheard an argument between two knights who seemed to be debating which of the two of them were a best fit for a noble woman of Karas. The pair allowed the party to pass after a heated debate with Contessa and Donros. As the party got ready to move on, two large adult griffins attacked the wagon. The knights fought beside them and the party battled hard. During the fight, however, Erhard took a horrible wound from the griffin. However, the party pulled together and defended the wagon. After killing the griffins and protecting their wagon, they moved on, leaving the two knights to their squabble. They travelled until nightfall, where they found a small sheltered area to make camp, when they noticed some strange green lights in the sky. Galoin informed the party that this was a wondrous occurrence that happened maybe once a year, if at all. The party took watch in pairs as they protected their wagon from the creatures of night. Firstly, Erhard and Arcturus paired up, keeping watch but also discussing the magical properties of the tattoo that Arcturus wears. They also briefly spoke of their past and where they had come from. Next up was Maeve and Donros, who both spoke at length about why they were here and what they both wanted to achieve on this path, strengthening their bond with one another. Shion took the next watch on her own as she sat beside the campfire, feeling a little homesick and missing the warmth of Quirin, heavily distracted by her own thoughts and struggling to stay awake. Finally, Contessa and Galoin shared a watch. The pair played a game of cards, and Galoin informed Contessa of the rumours behind the strange lights. He told her that he had heard some people believing it's the gods getting too close to the cradle, trying to peer into the world, while others believed that it was a scar left during the Age of Darkness, when the Illuminated fought back the evils of the Nine Hells. After a successful night's watch, the party moved out to travel to their new destination of Woodstock. However, just a few hours out, they bumped into a blind man begging for coin. As the party approached, Don Ross generously donated a large sum of gold coins. The blind man wept and began to thank the strangers and gave them all the information that he had heard along the road recently. He informed them that Knowles had been seen attacking Ashendale and setting fire to the farmland. He mentioned that a corruption was spreading throughout the Ironwood and that no one was allowed to enter by law of Arkenvale. The final piece of information he acquired was that a group of people passed by discussing about the treasures that they had stolen from Karas, one of which being an orb of fire. As the party took the blind man in, feeding him and escorting him to Woodstock, as Don Ross had offered to help him spend his coin to buy food, clothes, and supplies that he would need. The party finally arrived at Woodstock when they noticed that it was unusually quiet and there seemed to be a lot of guardsmen posted throughout. The party hitched up their wagon and left Galoin to deal with the horses, while they all split up. Arcturus headed towards the guards' barracks, Contessa for Ruby Robinson's trade goods, Don Ross to the markets with the blind man, and the rest of the party headed towards Clinton's Curiosities. Now, can everyone roll me a d20? Go! Let's do a quick roll. Let's go. Everyone together. Here we go. Here we go. What have we got?
Just a normal d20?
Just a flat d20. Nothing added. We got a 5. We got an 8. We got a 19. A 12. And we're just waiting on Shion. And a 6. Okay. Well, in that case, we will go to Clinton's Curiosities to start. Let me just pull up my little notes here, as you guys managed to go first because you guys rolled the highest. You had the best chance to as well. So we're gonna backtrack just a tad so I can give you a brief description of the building as you enter. You guys see as you walk towards it a large thatched roof building with a sign outside of a halfling man climbing out of a well with a sack of goodies on his back with the words Clinton's Curios above the well. Upon entering, you see the first floor is a large open room with racks and racks of shelving going up and down the room. Various trinkets and curios fill the shelves. You see behind a glass counter, sat on a cushion and a stool, a very small halfling man wearing strange purple and white robes with a big book almost the size of him. As he's flipping the pages and reading through, you hear the jingle of a bell as you guys enter. And you hear from the halfling, Wallace, I've told you, I'm not dealing with those pesky... And he looks up above the book to see you guys. Ah, very well. And just goes back to reading his book. What do you guys do? The people that have entered.
You seem very happy to see a customer.
He peers back up over the book. Happier when they're paying. And then goes back down and looks at the pages.
Okay. So, can I just look around for a bit first?
Yeah. Yeah, if why don't all three of you roll me a perception check? Let's see what you guys see within the room. What have we got? Okay. Yeah, as you guys are looking about, you can see all sorts of a variety of different things. There's like wooden shelving that goes down like aisles, you know, like a supermarket. It's kind of like aisles down the room, and it's all split out into different categories. So on the far end, there is just a row of like statues. And there are onyx statues, wood carvings, jade statues. There are some alabaster statues as well, and they seem to be of all different things. There's like lots of like naked ladies, like of just like standing in various poses. There are like warriors, like with swords and shields. And there's some animals. There's like an elephant one down the line as well, which is made of like a white soapstone sort of thing. And there's all these different types of statues down this one aisle. The next aisle, you see what looks to be like mainly furniture. There seems to be lots of like small like trinket boxes, as well as like big tall dressers and a variety of different like pieces of furniture, probably handcrafted from the village. The next one is rows and rows of clothing. There are cloaks, there are outfits, there are boots, there's all sorts. And it's kind of in like a... It's not like stacked neatly, it's very like chaotic, like the clothing that's there. And then on one of the other ones, there's loads of rugs. And then finally, behind the counter, you can see jewelry and like gemstones behind him. And there just seems to be a variety of all sorts of things in this shop. With a 15 and a 16, the pair of you, as you're browsing through, because I assume you're going to all wander around the shop and just take a look.
Yeah.
Cool. As the pair of you begin to wander and take a look, Ahad, you come across a ceramic jug. And on this jug, it has 10 different taps, all coming out of it, all of different colours. Every tap is a different colour. And there seems to be some sort of marking on each of the taps. But apart from that, that's all that you see as you're wandering about. Shion, as you're taking a look around, you start looking at the jewellery, of course, because, you know, you're a lady of wealth. And as you start browsing, you see a very strange-looking, like, stone cat head with 2 emeralds for eyes. And this is, like, out of everything here, this like, really takes your eye to begin with. And then finally, Maeve, as you're walking around, what did you roll, a 20? Ooh. You're looking through the clothes and through the other things and looking at these bizarre creations, and you find some really dirty, muddy boots. But what you noticed most from them is that there is a bluish-purple glow coming from the soles. And that's it. They're the 3 main things that you guys find.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like have a closer look at that junk then?
Sure. What would you like to do?
I don't know. Like the different colors seem curious, as well as the markings. So I don't know. I would like to kind of check if I can find anything. I don't know, that might have like a mystical origin or something.
Would you like to roll an Arcana check?
Yes.
Sure, go for it. 17? Yeah. You're looking at this. There's a mild transmutation magic to it. You don't know the exact properties of it, but there is definitely magic within this jug.
Alright.
And I'd say with that Arcana, the stuff beside it, like the other ceramics and pottery that are there, there's no magic. It's just this jug in your like immediate vicinity.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of take note of that. I don't know what's closer, statues or jewelry.
I would probably say you're in the middle of both, so I'll let you choose.
So I guess I will head on over to the statues.
Sure.
Just have a look if there's anything that jumps out to me.
Do you want to roll perception or Arcana as you look?
Arcana.
Sure, roll again for me then, please. Ooh, okay. Yeah, as you're going along, a lot of the statues are just statues. However, you find a little onyx dog that is radiating magic.
Alright.
And yeah, that's what you find.
So can I inspect that dog? Like how big it is, stuff like that?
Yeah, so it's probably no larger than about maybe 3 or 4 inches. And it is a very intricately carved Doberman-looking dog, made completely of onyx.
Alright.
And as you're looking at that, we'll jump over to Shion or Maeve. Which one would like to go first?
I'll go.
Sure.
First, I sort of look at Zeb and say, like, oh, look at that elephant statue over there. He looks just like our friend. And And then.
Not as talkative though.
Sorry?
Not as talkative though.
I know, isn't it quite refreshing? And then I'll take a better look at the cat head, I suppose. Can I
Sure.
check that out?
How are you trying to check this out? What are you trying to do?
Maybe see if it does have some sort of magical.
Sure. Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh yes.
Oh, a 25. Yeah, definitely. This seems to have quite a lot of magic coming from it. I would say at this point, because of the vicinity that you're in, you also notice something that didn't cross your gaze before. Nearby, a small ring with no gemstone in it at all. It is a stone ring with a symbol of a small man with an arrow and a big man. And you also notice that, and that radiates magic as well. But nothing else in these cabinets do.
Okay. I guess I'll just sort of turn over to the shopkeeper. I was like, so you deal? Where do you get all these curiosities? Some of them seem rather special, more so than I would normally find in a curiosity shop.
He pulls the book down a little lower, and he glances at you. Well, that would be telling, wouldn't it?
Oh, mysterious. I quite like that.
You see a slight smirk as the book just goes in front of his face again.
Wow. So I'll just keep pestering him. So do you maybe have any information about a certain artifact called an Orb of Eternal Flame? I think it might be a bit famous around these parts.
The book immediately shuts, and he places it down on the counter and looks at you. You said the Orb of Eternal Flame.
Exactly.
How was one such as yourself come across such a thing?
Well, the problem is that I haven't come across it yet, and I would like to, procure it for some personal reasons.
As would many of us, dear. And he picks the book back up, realizing that you don't have this item, and he begins opening the page up again.
Dang it!
Yeah. And yeah, he starts continuing to read from where he left off.
Well, I guess I'll just sort of meh. I'll be browsing with a bit of a face.
Yeah, and as you're browsing, we'll cut over to Maeve. Maeve, what are you doing?
The blue glow on the outside of the boots?
It was like on the sole of the boot.
Right.
There was like a bluey, purpley sort of glow coming from them.
Right. I'd like to pick these boots up, have a little look at them, maybe, I don't know, do insight? Is that what that would be?
Roll me an investigation.
Okay.
Yeah, insight's more for people, so. But yeah,
Okay.
you can roll investigation. We'll see how well you do. You look at them. They're definitely strange.
Mm-hmm.
You know most things don't glow on their own. So unless it's some sort of like bioluminescent like fungus or some sort, maybe that's what it could be. Maybe it's like a fashion statement, but you're not quite sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I am kind of intrigued by these boots, just because, like, what boots glow?
Yeah, and they're very muddy. Like the sides and the tops are caked in mud, but the bottom is like clean.
The bottom's clean.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take these boots over to Erhard and see if I approach Erhard with the boots. Hey Erhard,
Hey.
can you take a look at these boots? Oddly glowing at the bottom of the shoes, the soles.
Sure, I can do that. I don't mind helping you with your browsing.
I don't think I need these boots. I'm just intrigued at what's going on with them, to be honest.
Can we see what kind of material they're out of, or do I need to like?
Yeah, so the material on top is definitely of like a hardened leather, but the bottom, it seems like a metal is like around the sole, but the bottom of it is just glowing. It's just when you touch it, it's hard to touch. Like it's just a hard surface. You're not quite sure what it's made of.
Okay, can I guess roll an Arcana on that?
And I would say with advantage, as it's already been drawn to your attention that something funky is going on with them. So yeah, roll your Arcana. A 24, very nice. Yeah, these boots definitely have a magical nature to them and hold properties which, yeah, they're very clearly a high craftsmanship sort of work. And how they've got in this state and found themselves in a shop like this is quite strange.
Okay.
They probably belong to someone with either a lot of arcane knowledge or a lot of wealth.
All right. So yeah, I tell Smitty that. But yeah, like I also tell her that yeah, there might be metallic nature on it. But yeah, they look interesting. If she doesn't want them, I don't mind browsing with them.
Yeah, I mean, if you want them, I think with them being metal, I'm not gonna wear them anyway. But if you want them, yeah, do it. Take them.
I don't mind talking to the shopkeeper about it.
I can help you talking to him, but I'm not gonna buy them.
Yeah, sounds cool. While you're here, I have this onyx statue that looks oddly like a dog, like, well, an animal. And I assume like seeing you turning into this giant wolf the other day. Can you tell anything about this? Like, it seems to me like there is something magical about it as well.
I can have a look and see if I see anything about it. What role would that be?
That'd be an Arcana check if you're looking for magical properties.
Okay. Oh God, I've never done that before.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, as you look over the dog, yeah, there's definitely like a strong sense of magic here. You're not too familiar with how like the schools of magic, let's say, but Ahad, with the assistance of Maeve now, you do get a feeling that it's conjuration magic, and you believe that this maybe it'll come to life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I investigate more about it? Like, I don't know, just have a closer look before
I would
heading
say,
on over?
yeah, I would say with your Arcana checks, this is probably the limit of what you can get. If you wanted to use Identify, it takes 10 minutes, but you are in a shop. So, yeah, it's up to you whether you want to do that. That's up to you, yeah.
Okay, it takes a minute.
I think it takes 10 minutes as a ritual, but you could cast it as a spell slot if you wanted to.
Oh, because of ritual.
Yeah,
Where do I find that information?
It should say every ritual spell will take 10 minutes plus the time of casting. So for Identify, it's 1 minute, I believe. So it'd be 11 minutes for Identify.
Okay. Good to know.
But if you want to cast it as a spell slot, it would take a minute, yeah.
Sure, I guess I will cast it as a spell slot then.
Sure. Are you doing it kind of out of sight? Like, what are you doing? What's the plan?
Actually, I'm gonna have a little hold on that. Just browse on over to the gems for now, and yeah, take the boots and the onyx statue with me, I guess, because then I'm gonna take it to the shopkeeper. Like, I'm not stealing it. Like,
Yeah. No, that's all good. That's all good.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so Maeve, do you follow him? Or yeah, sure. So all three of you now here at the jewelry section, just in front of the halfling man, as Shion seems to be eyeing up a few items in the cabinets.
Yeah, and I don't know. I would just talk to Shion. Find anything interesting? Any other elephants?
Not elephants, but a variety of other animals. Yeah, I guess How much does the cat cost, darling?
The book comes down again, and he peers over. That one there.
Yes, the cat head.
Well, it does have 2 emeralds. I'll say 150 gold.
150 golds. Oh, surely you can part with this for 120.
If you buy more, sure.
You buy more. What about that ring next to it? Can you tell me a bit more about it?
Well, it's no gemstone. It's a simple stone ring. 10 gold.
So that would be 130 for both those trinkets, right?
He looks at you. Roll me a persuasion check. Because he said buy more, and you've gone for like the cheapest thing in his eyes. Yeah, you can roll me that check. Let's see. An 18? He like grits his teeth a little bit.
I'll bat my eyes.
And then he sees Erhard with a handful of stuff. Sure.
Obliged, sir.
So yeah, you mark off 130 gold from your character sheet, which is a lot of money. It's an awful lot of money. And yeah, you now have a cat-like face stone ornament with 2 gemstones for eyes, and a very small little stone ring with a little pattern of a little man and a big man on it.
I guess I would like to, even though I know there's been some stuff already taken that is our friend Shion already bought and were interesting. Can I roll like an Arcana to just check if there's anything else I pick up?
That's in from the whole shop, like you're just gonna wander around?
No, just the jewelry.
The jewelry? Sure, roll me an Arcana check. Unfortunately not, no. As you're looking around, the only thing that you do get that sense of is that the cat's head. The cat, like the stone cat's head with the eyes. And it's probably like fist size. It's probably like this sort of big. Yeah, it's a pretty big stone ornament, but then the eyes are like emeralds.
Yeah, like kind of disappointed. I just turn around and remember there was a bit of a closing section, right?
There was, yeah.
Yeah, I just would like to go and check if there's any, maybe some robes or like a fancy hat or something.
Yeah, are you looking for those or are you arcanaing for those? Which one are you going for?
No, I would like to, like, what was it, investigate is what?
You can roll a perception check if you like.
Perception?
Yeah,
okay.
Go for a perception check. See what you can see in this aisle. 21! Very nice. As you're browsing the wares, you do find a few robes. There's like some deep purple robes, some blue, some red. But then, right on the end, you look at it and it kind of shimmers. And you like double take, and as you look back, you do see a very plain looking brown robe. But it has like a shimmering texture to it. But when you get closer, it's no longer shimmering.
Can I do an Arcana on that particular robe?
Go for it, yeah, 100%. You get a hint of magic from it, but you're uncertain as to what it is.
I pick it up though.
Sure, yeah. It's like a very plain brown looking robe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I have a general look around if there's any like staffs or something that might be
yeah, something you do notice is there's no like weaponry or there's no armor, and there also happens to be no staffs or anything like that.
So nothing random lying about.
No
Okay.
sort of like weapons per se. It's more like ornamental or like accessories.
Mm-hmm. All right. Then I guess I head on over to the counter, join Maeve and Shion there, and just place my robe and the boots
Robe,
on the
boots,
counter.
dog.
And
Oh no,
the
Maeve has the
dog.
dog. Does Maeve have the dog?
no, I have.
Right.
You have it. Okay.
Right.
When-
and
Sorry, go ahead.
the jug I saw earlier.
You taking the jug over as well?
Yes.
Okay. He looks up. My, we have quite the shopper.
Hi there.
You wish to purchase all of these?
Well, what would you like for those?
Well, coin, preferably.
How much though?
He looks at the dog. 250 for the dog. Looks at the boots. 75 for the... 50 for the boots. The jug, 100. And the cloak, 50.
Okay. The cloak 50.
Yes.
Anything special about this cloak?
Not that I'm aware of.
It looks
you like
rather
me to
plain
check?
to me.
Well,
It looks rather simple to me, like 50 gold seems a lot.
very well. If you buy something else, I'll do it for 25.
How about the boots and the cloak? And I give you, let's say 65.
For both?
Yes.
Roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Can I do a Tides of Chaos on that?
That gives you... Yeah, that'll give you a flat roll.
Oh, that would give me a flat roll?
Yeah, because it would
Unfortunate.
cancel out the disadvantage. Yeah.
Maeve, do you want to assist me on that? Is that possible somehow? Can I ask her do you want to bat your eyelashes at him?
So you say this to her in front of him?
No, I just turn
Is
around
he still right
to
there
her.
looking at you?
I just try to turn around to her and try to do it without him noticing too much.
Straight away, I need a sleight of hand check, please, as you're trying to gesture to Maeve to give you a helping hand. Okay. He sat there staring at you.
What, at me? Or
The pair of you, yeah, all three of you stood at the shop counter.
I guess I will just roll at disadvantage for the performance. Yeah.
It's persuasion. Yeah.
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 Persuasion, yes.
That's all good.
Oh, god damn it.
He looks at you and he's like, 100 for the lot. The best I can do.
Well, that's what you originally said, right?
I don't
Did you say
believe it
50 and
was.
50?
Oh, yes, you're right. Yes, 100 for the lot. No, that is correct.
Well, you already also said if I take the
You're
cloak and
confusing
something
me now.
else.
Yes,
Well, you
100
confusing me,
100
my
for the
dear.
lot. 100 for the lot and less of the hand signals to your friend there.
Let me sleep on it and come back in the morning. I'm sorry.
They might be gone.
They might be, but they might not be.
Anything for you? And he gestures towards you, Maeve.
really quick, when I was in the clothing section, would I have seen any fedoras?
Sure.
I did see fedoras.
Sure, yep. You found 3 fedoras, 1 white, 1 black, 1 brown. There you go.
How much for the funky fedora-looking hats over in the clothing section?
5 gold.
I'll take the brown and the black one.
Nobody likes them. Very well.
Thank you.
Yeah, he takes 10 gold, marks 10 gold off your sheet, and add 2 fedoras. Make sure you add the colours as well so you know which is which.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'll try and figure it out.
Yeah. Very well. Well, thank you.
Sure.
Thank
Smiles
you.
at you are hard.
I
As he
scowl
picks
right
his book-
back and I'm
His
like,
book
I'll be
comes
back.
up. Very well, I've heard that one before. And yeah, you guys go outside, and as you do, we'll cut over to who rolled higher out of the two of you. Let's have a look. I think. Oh,
was
Arcturus. Arcturus rolled very high. Arcturus, we're going to cut over to you as you just walked up to the military barracks of this small village. Yeah, what are you doing? As you do, you see 2 gentlemen stand up. and another seems to be just coming out of a doorway, and all three of them look at you. There's 2 humans and a dwarf man. And they look a little bit, not like rough and ready, but they look very like tough. Like they're stood there like looking at you as if to be like, who the hell is this guy? Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, because not many people you imagine just walk up to the barracks.
Especially not a big blue guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a big tall blue man as well. They're probably a bit like, eh? Like, yeah.
Dad, can we trust him? I would like to start with doing a perception check, just to see what's around.
Yeah.
13.
13. Yeah, what you can tell just from looking here, you can see into some of the windows. They've got like curtains drawn, but not all the way. This seems to be like the living quarters of the guardsmen within the vicinity. You can definitely tell there's some people sleeping inside. Just from peering through the window, there's like a lot of beds. What you can also see is there seems to be an armory. As he's coming out of the door, there's a door open behind him, and you can see like weapons piled up and armor like just in the background. And as he walks out, he shuts the door behind him, and the human gentleman just coming out of the door is a graying older gentleman, and he's very stocky and well built. One of the other ones next to him, the other human, is quite a skinny, like runtish looking man, but he looks kind of like he's seen some action. And then next to him is the dwarven guy who just he looks like he'd rip your head off easily. And the three of them almost look like they're about to have a conversation as this man come out, but you've like interrupted, and you get the demeanor from all three of them that they're not having a particularly good day. All of them seem a little bit on edge.
Okay. I would like to walk up to them a little bit more further, just to keep a bit of distance between them, not shoving myself in their face. And I'm going to address them. Good day, fellas. It seems things are a bit tense around town. Would you be interested in sharing what's bothering you?
Sorry, beg your pardon there, Blue. Can we help you at all? You see, this is an Arkenvale establishment, and we only really deal with those from Arkenvale. Have you lost a cat?
No, my good sir, I didn't lose a cat. My company and I were travelers coming from Karas. We're traveling towards Arkenvale, and we just arrived. Things seemed a bit odd around here. We heard some rumors along the way that stuff might be not very going very well in here. And I'm just very curious to see what happened to the town, and maybe we can offer you help.
What such rumors, and who told you them?
We met an old man on the road. He told us things were odd, but he didn't specify what.
Right. Might have to pay him a visit then. Well, unfortunately, due to some banditry, we have closed the Ironwood off, you see. Not allowing people in and out of the forest. Hopefully will protect the civilians of this town, as well as allowing us to deal with the problems we have.
Those problems you speak of, are those related just to Ironwood, or just to also to the town itself?
From what you've said there, roll me an insight check as he is about to say what he says next. A 10, okay. He looks at you, and he hesitates for just a moment. The Ironwood. And I'm just going to make a quick roll, and I will tell you what you gain, what you glean from that. Let's make sure it's hidden so you cannot see. Oh, yeah, he seems very confident in his answer. And he just looks at you.
Can I do a check to see whether he's lying or not?
That was the insight check you just did.
Oh, that was the insight. Okay.
Yeah, to see whether or not what his demeanor and that was like genuine. And you don't believe him, but you don't disbelieve him. The way he said it was so confident that there was slight hesitation, which you picked up on, but there was an air of confidence that he's like not gonna back down from this.
Okay. Well, just to inform you, we are a group of travelers, and we are protecting a carriage provided by Felix Featherstone. We rescued the guy in Karas, and now we are basically working for him. So if you would ever need the arms to deal with the problems you have, we are open for suggestions.
He looks at you. Roll me a persuasion check. Roll me a persuasion check.
I'll just glance and whisk my hair if I had some.
Yeah, it's more, yeah. A 10, I would say he looks at you. Right. Well, if we need you, I assume you'll be staying in the Lumberjack's Rest.
We probably will. Is there anything else you can tell us about this town?
Nothing at all, really. Just don't go into the wood.
Well, it seems you guys I have a lot of stuff to talk about. So I'll leave you be, and I'll return to my company.
He nods, and then the three men go over to a table out on the front. Actually, let me just chuck you onto the, just so you can see it, so we can remind ourselves of everything that's around. Yeah, and this little bit of decking outside of the front, there's like a couple of tables there, and they seem to sit down, and the three of the men glance at you as you leave, and then begin discussing something in like, not quite secret, but they definitely lower their voices to have this conversation.
Alright, and I just walk away, and I say, yeah, thank you fellas. You know where to find us, and I walk towards the market.
Sure, yeah. And we'll cut over to Donros. As Donros, you and Marcus, the blind man, are walking around the market, and you are you're going to each stall and asking him if he wants the items that are there. There is a lot of like fresh fruit produce that's here, vegetables. There's a butcher of some sort set up here as well. But what you do notice is that this market is like quiet. For middle of the day, like you're like 1 p.m. that you would think this would be like prime time for like buyers, and the only people here seem to be like 2 other shoppers, and the rest are market stall owners. And as you're looking around on the outskirts of the market, because this village isn't very big, but as you look around on the outskirts, there's just not that many people walking about. It's very quiet. And yeah, you're going around, and he buys some fruit, he buys some grain, he buys various different vegetables, he buys some more bedding for himself, and you start getting some like tools for him, and you actually find a gentleman who is offering to do like DIY stuff. He's got like a little tool shop where he's selling all sorts of stuff, and when you're talking to him, the gentleman is quite up for going to Marcus's home and maybe doing a few repairs on the house because he can't do it himself. And you pass the coin, and you make sure that he gets a really fair price. And then after that, the gentleman offers to take Marcus toward the wagon. You're stood there with Marcus and this gentleman. And Marcus he's crying still as he just hugs. He goes in for a hug with you, not really know where you are. He like pats you out first and then goes in for an embrace. He's just like, oh, thank you.
It's no big deal. I'm just
much for me.
Don't even think too much about it. What I did was just a nice gesture, and my parents teach me that doing one nice gesture for someone, maybe one day that will turn around and be something comes back to you.
Well, I hope one day that I can repay the favor.
You don't have to worry about it. You've done enough already. So, you sure you're good with going with this guy on his wagon and everything, or?
Yes, Clifford has done a few things in the past for me. He's a friendly sort.
Great, that's good. Well, I mean, I was happy I was able to help you get here at least and get you all set up with some nice new stuff. I mean, can you answer a question for me real quick?
I'll try.
There's not a lot of people here. Like, it's really quiet. Is that normal? Is that normal here?
And Clifford looks at you, and his eyes go a little wide, and he like looks around. Like, I would say, roll me an insight check. Let's see what you can glean from his reaction. 14? Yeah. As you look at Clifford looks like, I wouldn't say scared, but he definitely looks like this isn't a conversation that should be had.
Do you know something?
He looks at you and he gives you the eye of like, please stop asking.
Okay. Interesting.
I would say at this point, you do notice a couple of guards pass through the market, and he like looks at them and then looks back at you.
Do I notice this? I notice.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, like you're about to say something to him, and he kind of like glances over at them, then looks back at you. Like he looks worried.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you willing to help Marcus here out, get him back to his home and everything. I mean, is there a fee for taking him, or is this already good price? Everything's paid for, or?
Yeah, everything's paid for, sir.
Okay. All right then. I appreciate it. I'm gonna look back at Marcus. Well, he probably doesn't, but I'm gonna be like, you take good care of yourself, sir, and make sure you sleep well, sleep better, and have try to make the most of your days.
I'll try. Thank you once again. And at that, Clifford looks at you and he's like, these bags are quite heavy. Would you like to help carry one of them?
To the
wagon, just
yes, I can. Yeah, I'll help. I'll carry all of it actually. Just hand most of it over to me.
And as you start picking it up and start walking along, he says something under his breath. Now I want you to roll a perception check for me, please, to see whether or not you hear it. You definitely hear it. As he's walking along, he like mumbles it, and what you hear is what would he say? He would say, they're keeping it quiet. It's in the woods. And that's all he says as he walks along with you and Marcus.
I'm gonna keep a note of that. I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah, and that's what he says to you as you're walking along. Yeah. But he doesn't bring it back up after that.
Right. I'm not gonna question more into it. I'm just gonna help bring the bags back. But I'm gonna be thinking very hard about this. And I'm gonna once I get them gone, I'm gonna quickly move to find the others.
Yeah,
like,
and
I'm gonna be quickly moving.
You're helping put stuff in the carts, he gets Marcus into the back of the cart, and as he climbs back up, he to sit on the driver's bit. He says, "Well, you all buckled in, Marcus. Wouldn't want anyone to go missing now, would we?" And he looks at you, and then whips the horses to slowly start moving out.
I am going to quickly fast walk. Do I know which way the others went? Direction-wise?
I would say, yeah, you know. And I would say probably at this point, you can see Arcturus walking towards the markets.
I'm going directly to him, walk to him, quickly. And if I get close enough, I want to pick him up and carry him to, behind somewhere where it's just me and him. So I can have a private one-on-one.
Sure, roll me a perception check as you just get to Arcturus. Let's see what you can see. 17. You can see that, I think I mentioned this before, but the people to guard ratio is definitely in the favor of guards. There are a lot more guards than there are people. And on the borders of the forest is where the guards primarily are, but there are guards walking throughout the town, the village. For such a small little place, there's a lot of guards.
I'm gonna tap. Am I close to Arcturus at this point?
Yeah, at this point, you literally walk right up to him.
I want to tap him on the shoulder and just tell him to follow me. Like, just tell him straight up to follow me. I'm gonna try. If he agrees to follow, I'm gonna try to lead him to, like, if I can find any place that's kind of more, we can kind of talk privately or just talk to one-on-one without people overhearing us. That'd be great.
Well, firstly, Arcturus, you see Don Ross walk up to you and tap you on the shoulder, and he's like, "Follow me," and just starts like wandering off.
Could be a trap, but I'll follow the guy.
Yeah, and as the pair of you follow, you know what? Why don't you both roll me a stealth check? You're not actually stealthing, but let's see if you can find a secluded area. Let's see how well you can, like... Perfect, yeah. You start making your way towards Clinton's Curiosities, but just before you do, you duck behind a house, and where you are right now, there are no guards in sight.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Arcturus and, like, we might need to either just move on, like, now, or there's probably something going on here that we probably might not want to be a part of just yet, or we need to find out more about.
I think you are correct. I just spoke to the guards and they were very, very nervous.
You gotta be careful with the guards. I don't trust them.
So
something's up. They seem to be keeping things on the down low, and they seem to not be wanting to give out something. This guy I met, he was a worker around here. He seemed very careful about letting out information in front of other people. So I think he's trying.
What I got from the captain, or what it seems to be the captain, he was a spokesperson for the guard. He was confident that everything is okay in this town, but
no,
I feel he's lying, and I think something's up in that forest.
Yeah, well, that's why I think we should either dip, like move on, or we need to, like, we're gonna have to make sure we prepare for whatever's here. Apparently, for what it sounds like, you know, because if you look around, you can definitely notice there's a lot more guards than there are people. I think people are going missing here. And
you hear a bell off in the distance ring as you see Erhard, Maeve, and Shion exit Clinton's.
Okay, I'm gonna, like, kind of very slightly, like, move my hand to them and try to get them to come without people noticing I'm trying to wave
behind their feet.
Yeah, there's no role for that.
Even worse, a big elephant and a blue big guy standing behind the crate.
Yeah, I would say, why don't everyone roll me perception checks? As you guys definitely see this, but you're just like, what the hell? Like, why are they cowering behind this house? Like, yeah. So yeah, everyone roll me a perception check. That's including Don Ross and Arcturus as well. See if you spot anything extra. Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
Nice eye, mate.
Erhard. There's Don Ross. You just start walking on over. You don't spot anything out of the ordinary. Don Ross? There's the gang. You don't spot anything out of the ordinary. As the two of you guys meet up, Shion, you notice that they are definitely trying to be kept out of sight. Where they are is like a little bit of like a blind spot in this town. And it's strange. Arcturus looks like he's bending over a little bit. You don't know why, but he just looks like it. Maeve, you definitely spot that they're trying to be more secretive. And you also see a couple of guards seem to be coming over to their direction. They're a little ways off, but they're definitely heading towards the point that Don Ross and Arcturus have gone. And I would say, Arcturus, as you spot the group, you just catch them out the corner of your eye. They're probably a good, like, 60 feet, 70 feet away from you. It's going to take them maybe like a couple of minutes to get here. But yeah, you can see that someone seems to have noticed you guys and is making their way over for whatever reason.
Very stealthy, gentleman.
I would say to Don Ross, they spotted us. We have to move.
Okay, let's get everyone to the nearest rest place.
Yes, let's
get a room real quickly, and we all need to have a meeting like time now.
Let's meet up with the rest and discuss
I'm just
it.
gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk directly to the lumberjack rest. Yeah, I'm gonna just go directly there.
And I'll go there too, and then when I go past them, I'll say just follow us. No questions asked.
I just wave at them and I'm like, hey guys, they got really nice things here. But the guy doesn't want to give it to me.
Yeah, Erhard, you definitely read that. They're not interested, and that's quite rude. There's some really good stuff in there. Like, they're missing out. Anyway, never mind, more for you, I guess. Yeah, and do the rest of you all follow?
Yeah.
I'm a bit grumpy because I don't take orders from peasants, but yeah, I'll follow.
Do I roll another perception if I like catch on that they like?
Sure, I'll say roll this one at disadvantage as you're not quite with the whole what the hell's going on at the minute. Yeah, you're just like there's some really nice stuff in there. Why are they not interested? They all wanted to go shopping like a couple of days ago. Why aren't they interested now?
So nice shopping to be had here, but I guess I just trot slowly after them, playing a sad song on my flute. Honestly.
Yeah, sure. And as you're playing, you get a few glances from people, like they're a little bit like, "Oh, we haven't heard music in a little while," and like you're playing, and they're trying to avoid you, but they're also intrigued.
Well, can I see that actually? Can I notice that?
Yeah, definitely. If you get closer, they seem to move out of the way.
Well, I kind of look around and see their curious glances, I guess. And my tune picks up a bit because I don't know, I like the attention right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see a young boy clapping nearby, and his mother like grabs his hands and starts walking off.
Can I play louder?
Sure. You play obnoxiously loud as you're walking towards the Lumberjack's Rest, and you've definitely drawn the attention of anyone in the nearby vicinity.
Can I turn around and I just look at Erhard and I'm like, I'm gonna break that flute if you don't stop.
Can I do an acrobatics and do like a little twirl or something in the air?
Oh, roll me an acrobatic. You know what? Roll me a performance check.
Oh, performance. Sure.
I'll let you do performance for this one. Yeah, as you do your little twirl and you hear the boy like start clapping again, and his mother like grabs him by the scruff of his like shirt and just starts dragging him like away from you.
I just turn around and then like bow myself and then head into the tavern with the rest, I guess.
You've definitely made the boys' day. And yeah, you guys walk on into the tavern. And as you do, I think you should all be already on here. No, I lied. Let me just chuck you all on. I don't know if we'll need this, but we might do. There's you. There's you. Oh, that's Contessa. Contessa's in here, asleep somewhere. She got very tired. Yeah. There you go. As you guys enter, you see not too many people, but there are a few people in here, and they seem to be keeping themselves to themselves. Mainly like workers, but there are a couple of guards sat in the tavern. They seem to be having a pint and like a sandwich or something, some sort of like break. And behind the counter, you see quite a large, burly-looking man with a big beard, wearing a checkered shirt. And you can see a variety of axes on the walls and like deer trophies and stuff like that throughout this little tavern. And what looks to be like a bear rug near a big fireplace. But yeah, you guys enter.
I'm in a hurry right now. I'm gonna walk right up to the desk.
Yep.
To this little area, and I'm gonna like try to gonna try to be a little bit more subtle and like, I need to get a room for the night.
Is it just for you, or is it for?
I got a few friends with me. I got
Right.
a few friends. Maybe like 5 or 6 people can fit. Even if you can have a room that size, or
Not in one room, I'm afraid.
okay. Well,
we do actually have 2 twin rooms available and
much?
a double room.
How much?
Currently available? It is 1 gold per night, and it comes with an evening meal for 2.
okay, that's fine. I'll do the evening meal and everything as well. I'll buy right now.
And I
Thanks
walk
so
on
much.
over as he does that and kind of whisper to him, Felix is paying, right?
I'm gonna look at it hard and be like, just let me handle this right now, and I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay, thank you. And I'm gonna turn back to the guy.
Yeah, and he's got his hand out waiting for the coin.
Oh, I'm gonna hand him the. You said 2, right? I'm gonna.
How many rooms are you buying? You buying 1?
I'll go 2. So I'll just give him
So 2 gold.
2
Yeah.
gold. I'll give him 2
Yeah,
gold.
so he takes 2 gold off of you. Thank you very much, and he gives you the keys to room number 3 and room number 5.
Great. I'm gonna motion everyone to follow me, and I'm like to the rooms, and I'm just gonna walk to the rooms. I'm in a hurry.
Sure, I will throw you in a room. Are you all going in the same room?
I'd hope so.
Yeah,
Okay.
we do. We just take him with us.
Do I get it? I'm still like busy with my performance.
Oh, you still playing as you walk in?
I'm like still like hyped or that I made the boys' day and everyone else seems gloomy. Like, can I just
Roll me an insight check at advantage at this point.
insight? Sure.
Yeah, let's see if you can. Yeah, at this point you're like, oh, something's happening, and then it's like the cogs start turning. You're like, oh. And then,
I see.
You
You
start
don't want
moving along with
performances tonight.
Right.
See you later, guys.
them. Yeah, and all 5 of you are in the room, and you could just hear snoring through the wall next to you, which you assume to be Contessa.
Are we supposed to see a room?
You should see over here.
I'm black.
Oh,
Should be on the
Oh
side.
no, never mind.
left,
Never
yeah.
mind. It's
You
on the
good?
left. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was too far out. Thank you.
yeah, that's all good.
I'm gonna talk kind of in a whisper, but like I'm gonna have them huddled. Hopefully they're all in a huddle, and I'm gonna just kind of like be kind of quieter because I don't want people hearing whoever is listening around the room possibly. And I'm just gonna be like, look, we can't stay here. We need to leave.
Why?
But they got nice
Okay.
things in the shop.
Yep, yes, I get that. But listen to me. I need y'all to listen to me for a few minutes, okay? Something is going on here. Something is not right. I met this
Money.
guy. He was taking the old man back to his place, helping him rebuild and stuff. But he seemed very nervous to speak around the guards specifically. It seems like the guards are hiding information about what's going on around here. It seems like they're not wanting to tell us, like tell the people everything, or the people are too afraid to speak about what's going on. It seems like what he made it sound like is people are going missing here. Something in the night, something in the woods, the trees, whatever, the forest is taking people from this town. I very advise that we either try to get more information or we just dip. Whatever is safe for us and what we need to do.
I vote
So you just
information.
casually book a room. If you're still here, it's in the middle of
Listen,
the day. We could easily get a few hours in, and
I know,
we'd be
but
awake.
the problem is that if we can't speak in front of these people, if I would have told y'all to follow me outside the village and leave, we already know. I can't trust that everyone would have. And I kind of pointed hard. Would have understood what I was getting at this point. Okay. So my idea was to bring you guys here. Yes, it might cost me 2 gold, but that's the point. The point is to get the information to you guys, so we get this sorted out now as a party, and we leave. Either leave or we stay.
At this point, I would like to put my arm on Don Ross, like slow down the body, chill. Let's talk about this. We got this.
Fine, you leave first, and then we'll leave 5 minutes
Yeah.
afterwards, and then meet near the nearest tree that's out of the sight of the village. It's not that complicated, is it?
Okay, but right. But we already here now, so why don't we just get this out of the way if we're gonna leave or not?
We guys,
There's no
we
point
have
leaving now.
we have
But,
2 options. Yeah, go around. Go ahead, mate.
No, I was just the way we go, the forest is what's bad, isn't that the forest that we're going to pass through, or at least pass by?
I don't believe so. No, isn't it a different direction? I think we're passing beside it, right? We're going around it.
you would know that the forest, basically the road leads to the forest, but then like a V goes back out. This is basically just a stopping point where you could sleep in a tavern and get food.
Yeah, but we're going towards it, not into, but like in that direction.
I will. I think you've got a handout. You should have. If you go to your journal at the bottom, there's handouts, and then I think it's map handouts, and on there you can see where the road goes, and the road is the dotted white lines.
Oh, past it just north of it.
Yeah.
Of the wood.
Yeah.
Listen.
But still next to the wood.
Yeah,
Right,
you have
but
to pass along it, yeah.
It's better than staying in this town directly, because I do not think we're safe here. Either way, I do not think these guards are really in our best light, I guess, in a way.
Well, they seem a bit on edge, but people need help. And they seem really gloomy, you know?
Right. I'm gonna look at Shion and Arcturus, and I'm gonna be like, aren't we on a mission to get your orb? Or are we here to get caught up with possibly these guards and have ourselves in trouble that we do not need?
We do need some rest tonight, isn't it? Like, it's a long way
we could
still.
sleep in our tent. We could eat. I mean, it is the middle of the day. We can easily get a few hours in, and maybe I don't know, be at least a bit more far away from whatever is going to try to hurt us, possibly.
Listen,
My dear
I would like
Shion,
to...
you of all people want to sleep in a tent.
Well, a tent or a rundown tavern like this, I suppose it will not make much of a difference to me.
At the end of the day, I get it. These people are in trouble, and I would love to stay and help them. But the fact is that I don't think these guards are going to be any helpful either. And if we do stay, we run in the choice of either one, getting in more in trouble with the guards, because I think they're already on to at least me and Arcturus about knowing what's going on. And two, if we're running into the opportunity of getting into something we don't need to be a part of, something that we can't handle, then we're only putting ourselves more behind the people we're supposed to be getting up to for the orb, right? Isn't that the main objective, is the orb?
Well, how well armed are the guards, honestly speaking?
You're not suggesting we can take them.
Well, we don't know
No, I'm just
what's in that
wondering
forest.
How scared we are.
These guards outnumber us big time, all right? And I'm not trying to stick around to a very losing battle that it's already right here in front of us, when we can easily get out of it and continue on.
But
Well, maybe they will help us.
Donros, now you are suggesting the gods are against us.
I honestly believe they are.
I don't think they are.
Why?
Because if they have the people scared, the people are scared to tell us what's going on here.
Yeah,
Like,
but
they
maybe
don't want us knowing.
if people go missing, that's why the guards are here, to protect them.
Right. But
Like,
in that same
protecting the
token, when they
visitor.
want us to know what's going on so we can at least prepare for something to possibly happening here, why would they just keep information from us, especially something as big as, oh, we could possibly get kidnapped and taken and possibly even killed?
Well, maybe they're being threatened.
They might not trust people from the outside. You know how these little villages can be.
Why are they not trusted with information that could possibly save our lives? Like, wait, they're guards of the village, right? Well, that means they protect the people, right? Why are they suppressing them from sharing knowledge? When they want people to know, hey, there's danger here, like there's danger right outside our town. Like, I don't understand the idea of why we wouldn't tell people that there's danger that could possibly be very fatal to them.
If
Well,
I
why
can,
you're
Trying to-
describing it is that everybody is already aware that there's danger. Apart from us.
They're not thinking that we
They are aware, but we're not. And why would they not tell us that there is danger?
Exactly why we need to
Because we're
get more
strangers.
information.
Maybe
How
we
we-
are the danger to them.
Wait, what? Wait, we're going way out of here now. Listen, the end of the line is
guys,
this, okay?
settle down.
Listen, at the end of the day, we
Donros,
are
go sit
literally
on that bed for a bit.
Listen, you're either gonna leave this village or
And at that point, I press my hand on Donros and I gently but firmly just pushes onto the bed, like, sit down.
He ain't doing that. I'm gonna resist big time.
You can resist. What I want you guys to know, I have been talking to the guards. The guards are very strict in hiding information, but I feel there is more to it, and they are lying. Something is up in that forest, and it's affecting the villagers. Those guards are not here to hurt any of them. They are here to protect them. But they don't spill any information to strangers. So we have two choices here. Or we help them, or we get out of here. Maeve, you grew up in a forest, I believe. Is there anything you can feel from around here that it might be affecting the guards or the people from that wood?
I don't know if I would need to talk to someone around here, but I don't think anyone would trust me to give any information. I could maybe do a Arcana check? Question mark? Or put insight? I don't know.
Maeve,
Well,
do you want to roll me an intelligence check real quick?
Sure. Where is it?
while that is going on, can I kind of share the information that I have about the woods as well, or?
Sure.
So, previously, I've heard that the Ironwoods, there's a corruption, like it's known there's a corruption in there. Like, so clearly the villagers here and the guardsmen who are supposed to protect the village are very on edge, living right next to it, you know? So, they clearly need help.
As Erhard expresses this to you all, Maeve, you think back to your first meeting with Socks, as he starts tugging on your hair, trying to get some more leaves or something as you're sat listening to all of this. And as you remember that Socks was chased by something from the forest. And that's all I'll say.
Just a quick question, where is Socks?
He's on Maeve's shoulder, tugging at her hair, trying to get some more leaves or something. Some sort of food he's after.
So, Arcturus, actually, after thinking about this for a minute, when I first came here, I'm very turned around because I haven't been in this area at all, but I believe I've been, not in, but I've passed through the forest on my way to Karas. And Socks was actually chased out by these twig-looking creatures. Now, I could handle them, but there was only a few of them, so if that's what the people are dealing with, I think we'll be fine. But at the same time, if that's what they're dealing with, then the guards aren't very good at their job, because they weren't that bad. But I don't know what else this forest could hold.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. Analyzing that information, would you say it would be wise to go into the Ironwoods ourselves, or just head to Ashenvale, where we also know the road will be dangerous, from what the old man told us?
Want to go inside?
Well, can I chime in? Is the window openable? Like,
Yeah. It's currently the curtains are drawn, but yeah, the window, you can open it.
do I have I don't remember. Do I have Olaf with me, or is he currently outside?
I would say you can literally click your fingers and he just appears, because he goes into a pocket dimension, so you can choose to have him right next to you if you want.
Sure, I would just step to the window if I can, and kind of open it, and then snap my fingers and have the raven come like down from the roof, so to speak. And I would like him to fly as deep into the woods as he can from here. Like 100 feet, right? Is like the distance he can fly from me.
I think he can fly as far as you want him to, but you can only communicate 100 feet.
Oh, only communicate.
Yeah, you can only communicate.
100 feet for now, and what he can see.
Yeah, sure. So you send him off. It's pretty much the wood's almost back onto this. There's like a bit of a gap. He flies just beyond the border of the forest, and he doesn't really see too much apart from a couple of guardsmen walking along the border. But he doesn't see too much other than that.
Can he descend into the woods, like into the trees?
You can send him further in if you want, but you know your communication would cut off. So you'd have to give him an order. He would go, and then if his order is to return after a certain amount of time, then he will. You just have to order him to do
Well,
that.
I would like him to like go maybe 200 feet further and make like bigger circles, like extending radius for like 5 to 10 minutes maybe.
Sure.
And see what he can find, if he can see anything.
So like 100 feet at a time. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the next 5 or 10 minutes. Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You send Olaf out, and yeah, that's what he does. And yeah, you know that connection gets severed of the communication, but you know you can still feel that he's.
Well,
like,
and also come back,
about.
obviously.
Yeah, he'll come back once he's gone for 5 minutes. Yeah. Cool. Do you shut the window or do you leave it open?
No, I just leave it open and just sit there.
So do we? What do you all think? What at the end of the day, are we really willing to go out into some woods that we barely know anything about and hope that everything's fine in there and fine and dandy, and we find something very small and simple like some little twigs and quickly beat it and get out? Or are we?
Didn't Contessa say she knew someone here? She made a friend here, and we go speak to the friends. Maybe we can wake Contessa up. I don't know. We tell them we know Contessa and we need to know what's going on here, and then we can decide.
We don't know where the friend is, though. We're not gonna be able to find the friend.
No, they did. They said they run the shop in the marketplace. Ruby's something.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Well, I feel like I kind of get onto people's good sides quite easily. I feel like I could go down and maybe do a little performance and wager some information out of the.
I think we just go and ask in normal way.
Okay, fine.
I honestly think the performance thing can probably take a little rest. And instead we just talk like actual people to this person and try to get an actual answer.
Well, if you want to talk to him like actual people, you please stay here, because
well,
your
I'm not
way
going
is
either
kind
way
of
because I
rough.
already made up my mind. I'm actually gonna get more information by, I don't know, doing what I can do as a stealthy elephant as I am. You guys can go talk to this person all y'all want.
Can we even wake up Contessa? Is that a possibility at all?
Yeah, of course you can. It's just me as Contessa, not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We want to see that. Yay.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go wake up Contessa. She's probably gonna be very grumpy, but I think that's the best. If we can get some information from someone that would trust us, then at least we have an idea. Should we stay? Should we go? Because if this is something we can't handle, we'll go. If we can, then why not help?
That's fine. I'm gonna go walk around and see if I can pick up anything.
Oh, and Don Ross, cheer you up.
Hello.
How you? I've got your little gift.
Okay.
And I hand out my black fedora, and I put my brown fedora on, and I just sort of. We match now.
I look at the fedora, and is it like how big is this? Is it gonna fit on my head?
It's an extra large fit. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't. It obviously doesn't fit your head, but it fits better than what Maeve's one would.
Okay.
Sure.
I kind of look at it for a moment, and I'm like, dang it. I put it on. I reluctantly put it on, and I jokingly tip the fedora, and I just kind of walk out. And I'm gonna go do my part and just kind of look around and see if I can find anything by just looking around the village.
Okay, can we go wake up Contessa? I'll go. I don't know if does anybody want to come with me?
Well, I'm just gonna sit here waiting for the raven.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess I would tell the rest. I sent Olaf out to kind of scout the forest a bit. Maybe we can get some more information directly from there. How dangerous it might be. So I'm just gonna wait here for him to return, like in like maybe 5-10 minutes.
Sure. So as you
Also-
wait, Shion and Arcturus, are you guys going with Maeve or are you going with Don Ross? Because Don Ross, if you left now, you're going to go wander around the town for a bit?
I am like, I have opened the door. I have not fully left yet.
Okay.
I'm giving people an option just in case they want to. I'm being
Oh,
nice this time.
I'll leave with Maeve.
I am going to sit downside and eat my dinner because if I'm going to stay around here listening to you guys bicker while we could have been at least a mile out of here, then what's the point? I might as well have a belly full.
Well, so Shion goes and has some lunch. Maeve and Arcturus go towards Contessa's room, and Don Ross is going out for a little wander, while Erhard, you are waiting for your raven, which is Olaf comes back now at this point, I'd say. And what you get from Olaf is that he didn't feel like he went far enough to spot anything unusual. So he was only gone for about 5 minutes. Maybe there could be more further out, but he didn't spot anyone in the forest. Nor animals. Nothing.
God, that's the problem with feet and my perception of how far that is, right?
He flew 5 minutes into a forest.
Yeah.
And then turned around.
How fast is he flying again? Let me check.
I would say he probably got like
Flying
maybe...
is 50 feet something.
Yeah, I'll say he
well.
got like a mile in. I'll say.
I guess since we're gonna be here for a little bit, have him fly out again.
You could always order him to fly out for like X amount of time and then come and find you. Because he knows you're going to be in this town, so you don't have to wait here. As long as you're in the village, he will find you.
Yeah. Sure. That sounds good. Also that he's aware, like the Fey-like creatures that I was made aware of before might be out there, like something that he can maybe try and look out for. And also what Smitty described about those twig.
Yeah, the twig blight things. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and you send Olaf out and he goes. How long do you want him to go for?
Jesus. To be back like in 1.5 hours maybe?
Sure. Yeah. That's a good amount of time for him to get some good distance. So yeah, you send Olaf out. And do you want to go with Domros, or do you want to go with Maeve, or do you want to go and have a meal with Shion?
Well, I'm gonna go and talk to the barmaid.
So I'll say you
like
go with
normal
Shion at
people.
this point then. Yeah. At this point, Arcturus and Maeve, you arrive at a door which you can only assume to be Contessa's from the snoring. I assume you guys knock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as Contessa arrives at the door, she immediately apologizes for the sound of her voice because she's a bit groggy. But she says to you, hello?
Hey, Contessa.
Hi, sorry, I'm super sleepy today.
We might need your help with something for a little bit.
Right?
Did you say you had a friend in this town?
Oh, well, I briefly met her. Her name's Ruby. She's at the Ruby Robinson's Trade Goods.
And
She recently set up just a few days before I met her.
I look at Arcturus and like, do you think this is a good enough connection? Should we just try it anyway?
She's really nice.
Is there something we need to know about Ruby?
She's like an alchemist and a herbalist. I know that she goes into the forest to gather supplies to make her potions, but from what she was telling me today when I went there earlier, before my nap, is that she hasn't been allowed to go in for the past few days. And she's looking for people to find stuff for her that are able.
Oh.
Okay.
So, quick rundown of what's happened whilst you've been asleep is that Arcturus and Don Ross have picked up on some things, and it seems that we need to potentially leave because we're in danger. but we're not being told why, because the whole town doesn't want to speak. But we thought maybe your friends, knowing you know them already and you're not a stranger, might be able to tell us what's going on, so we know what we should do.
Well, Ruby isn't from this town. She's recently come here, maybe a week ago. So if you're probably going to get any information out of someone, it might be someone that's newer to the village that maybe knows a thing or two from just being here.
Okay. Sure,
She
she's
has
been
no
in the
loyalty.
forest as well. She might know what.
She has, yeah.
Okay.
Contessa, one final question. Is there something about Ruby that only you know?
No, like I said, I met her just a few days before coming to Karas. I passed through here, you see, and they were tightening the guard when I got here.
Okay, we're just wondering, would it help if we said we knew you?
Maybe.
Okay.
She's a really nice person.
Okay, well, if you want to go back to sleep, that's fine. We'll come get you.
I'm really tired.
You are. You look so tired. I'm so sorry to bother you, but we needed this information. But we'll be sure to come. Yeah, we'll be sure to come and wake you up if we have to do a brief exit out of the town.
Very well. She shuts the door, locks it, and goes back to bed.
Sleep well.
Yep. And I apologise for everyone in chat that had to witness me playing as Contessa. That is Creed's character. Anyway, yes, you guys say that. Shion and Ahad, you both enter the tavern. You ask for your meal, which is basically like a roast dinner, like an English roast dinner, which you get given for your evening meal. Sorry?
Can I have the map of it again? Is that possible?
Yeah. I'll put you in here. I'll put everyone in here just for now. There you go. And yeah, you guys find a table. I'll say the back one because that's the empty one. As Shion, you start chowing down. And yeah, do you wanted to speak to the barman?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he looks at you after giving the meal to Shion, and he's like, how can I help?
You don't seem.
Yeah, you could be nearby. That's fine. Yeah, because the pair of you have gone to speak to him. Yeah.
You don't seem to have very many customers coming through.
We get dribs and drabs, but primarily it's just the village folk that wish to eat and drink here.
Any special reason why there's so many guards in town?
Roll me a persuasion check. Ooh. He looks at you, and then he looks at the two guards sat across the room from you.
Where's that? Are they on the
I'll
map?
say these two here. These two first, for argument's sake. And yeah, he looks at them, and then looks back at you, and he says, "Here to protect the village."
Can I roll like an insight on that or something to just see if there's like he's probably lying, as we know they hiding stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, and as you look at him, he definitely gives you the vibe that he does believe that they're here to protect the village, but there's definitely something he's not telling you. Like, he's very, like, secretive of what he can say to you. And you almost get it that because he's looked at them, maybe he doesn't want to say it because they're there.
Is there somewhere where people meet for cards, like gambling maybe?
Not in this village, no.
No. See, people seem a bit gloomy around here. Any specific reason?
He looks at the cards again and looks at you and says, "Not that I've noticed, maybe just a bad day." And he smiles.
Okay.
I got my mouth full, by the way.
Yeah, you're like ramming that food in. It's great. It's great for like pub food from like a rundown looking sort of place. You're happy with it. You're happy with it.
Is there anyone around the village that I can talk to?
About
special trading?
Ruby's just set up recently. And there's Clinton.
Sure. There didn't seem to be too many guards over at the Shintoris Curiosities, if I recall.
That's probably because Clinton drives them out.
Sure, he doesn't like them much.
He doesn't like anyone much.
Okay.
Unless you got coin.
Unless I got coin. Great stuff. I suck without performing.
You definitely get the vibe that he like wants to talk to you,
yeah,
but he just won't because of what he keeps looking towards, which is the guards.
I've had enough of this.
When
Say, Mr. Whitestaff, I'm pretty sure we have a room booked upstairs. Why do you not give our bartender a private performance, so to speak? And I like.
Yeah. Sure.
The bartender
Yeah.
looks at you very confused.
Oh, don't worry, darling.
Well, I
hear
do,
it's quite well.
I do quite nice music once in a while, and seems
Do
maybe
you?
there might be some people that like to just relax, and you know, I could offer that
I don't.
in privacy.
Would you like me to bring some fresh sheets up? He just like looks at you like.
Sure, some refreshments. That would be fine.
And he like, oh, okay. And he just like looks at you very like, this has gotten weird real quick, and he's trying to bring it back to normality.
Marvelous, off you go then.
Yeah, can I
right.
just go ahead and just, like, I don't know, ask him? Yeah, no, not ask. Like, just go ahead and yeah, back
So,
into the room.
Does
Wait
Shion
for him.
and Erhard go back, or does just Erhard?
Just Erhard, I assume.
I haven't finished my food yet.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Maybe Shion sees anyone else
Yeah,
willing to talk.
Maybe.
cool. I think Shion's too busy with her food at the minute. Yeah, so Shion's gonna fill her face. At that, we'll go to Don Ross. Don Ross, where are you going? What are you doing?
I'm actually gonna be outside. I'm gonna I kind of want to like look for like guard patterns, like how they like walk around the town, maybe like what's their path, like what kind of like order they go in, and I kind of want to pick up on some like similarities, so I can kind of maybe find like if they decide they want to help out these people and go in the forest, I want to find the best way that we can actually sneak into the forest and actually be able to get through.
Because of your background, roll a perception check with advantage.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on it.
Yes.
Because of what you've experienced in life.
Mm-hmm.
Good job you had the advantage, huh? Yeah,
Yes.
so that's a 22. Yeah, you're studying the movement patterns, and it seems to be that along the borders of the forest, around the lumber mill, there is a lot of guards stationed, and they don't seem to move. They just seem to be watching and just looking out. However, along the borders, there seems to be patrols of 2 guards walking back and forth, which they go to meet another 2 guards who are walking back and forth. So they're like stretching along the borders. And I would say you probably get like half an hour of just watching this. Within the town, they are doing loops of the entire village. Sorry, I keep calling it a town, it's a village. They keep doing loops of the entire village. And it's one guard just doing a loop, and then there seems to be another guard that goes through the markets doing like a shorter loop. And then there is 2 more guards that are going around every house. And you notice these are the two guards that walked towards the house that you and Arcturus were behind earlier. And they seem to be just surveying everything, making sure that any unseen areas are, like, kept well aware of. By the guards' barracks, there's 8 to 10 guards always posted around it. And I'd say that's about all that you get to see. Oh, obviously the entrance of the village has a couple of guards just dotted about, but they don't have any sort of, like, pattern. They just seem to be, like, on watch for who's coming in.
Okay, so you said there was on the borders of the village.
Yep.
There's two-man patrols, right? Or you said
Yeah.
there's
So where the lumber mill is, either side there are 2 guards that walk backwards and forwards to cover that area.
Okay.
And then round the lumber mill, there's like a big cluster of them all around it.
Do I notice like any sort of point where there might be a opening in their pathways, or an opening in what they're doing, that I can be like, all right, this is when we should probably get out if we're trying to get out?
Right on the outskirts of the village, on the left and the right, you would notice that when the guards come back in from their patrol, there is like a gap where you could probably try and sneak in. That's probably your best bet during the day. Obviously, you don't know what it's like at night, but definitely during the day, that seems to be your best bet.
Yeah, too easy.
But you also do notice the last thing, because you got a 22. That's the extra. You get this little extra snippet here. Every now and then, a small group of guards go into the forest. You have only seen this once since surveying, but a small group of guards, which means maybe if you could pass as guards, who knows?
Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh, man, what do I want to do? I kind of want to like maybe try to see if I can get closer to the lumber area. I don't want to get close enough to where the guards will notice, like, will want to talk to me, maybe think I'm suspicious. I want to get close enough to where I can possibly hear what they're saying, because I have big ears, because I can hear more. I have a better hearing.
I'll put you back here so you can see it. But yeah.
Great. And I kind of, so the lumber mill is like right here, right? There's a lot of guards here. I kind of want to be, I would say here, where I'm like trying to do my own thing. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna write in my journal. Actually, I'm gonna act like I'm writing in it. And as I'm acting like I'm doing this, I'm gonna be paying attention to what's being said around me. And I want to see if I could pick up on what the guards are probably talking about. See if there's maybe any chatter among them that I could pick up on.
Roll me another perception check.
Great. The only reason why Don wants to do this is being his background. He would know that being in that kind of line of work, they're probably more willing to. They talk to each other about things. They spread information.
I would say over the time that you're there, which we're going to say is about half an hour, because I don't want it to be too long so that you miss out on other stuff. But I'd say for about half an hour, you definitely get the vibe that the guards seem nervous. They definitely feel like they don't know what's going on. You probably get the odd conversation of maybe 2 of them being like, well, how much longer have we got to be here for? Like, that they definitely feel like they don't know why they are protecting this so severely. But I would say, around the lumber mill, there's probably about 6 guards stationed at any one time.
Mm-hmm.
And every now and then another guard comes over and, like, stops, like, takes over from one of them. And, like, lets them go and rest. But it seems to be, like, busy. There's like everywhere you look, you can always see a guard.
Do I notice that are they actively paying attention to what's going on around them, or are they kind of like just hanging out, chilling, talking?
They're definitely like being very perceptive, like they're just looking around and making sure. And they seem to be looking into the village.
Okay.
Not into the forest.
All right. Okay. Do I hear anything else going on around? Maybe people talking, like regular people, or do I hear anything maybe out of someone I might want to hear? Or
I would say that everyone that you see village folk wise is walking with distance between, almost as if they don't want to talk.
Are they walking with a purpose? Like, I need to go here directly. Like they're trying to be direct of where they're going, or are they
not direct of where they're going, but direct of not walking too close to you?
Oh, okay.
They seem to give you like a wide berth.
Okay. With that, I'm gonna close my journal and I'm going to just kind of make my way back into the market. I'm gonna try to act like I'm just kind of, just walking around. And I'm just gonna just do a quick little walk around the market, see what I can notice. I want to notice more about that guard in the market and see if I can figure out, what he's, maybe if he's what he's initially. Maybe I can figure out what he's looking for entirely.
Yeah. I would say, just from the perception checks you've already rolled, this guard definitely seems to be checking in on the stall owners.
Okay.
But for what reason? You're not sure.
Okay. And with that, I'm gonna go back now. I'm gonna go back to the lumber rest.
Well, during that, Maven Arcturus, you head towards. Are you going to Ruby Robinson's trade goods?
I think we are.
Brilliant. Well, as the pair of you arrive at Ruby Robinson's, let me just pull up the info so that you guys know what's going on there. Where is it? There it is. So you see a 20-foot long, no, it's probably a bit longer than that, a 40-foot long tent. Quite a long tent set up in the middle of town, and you can see that it's made of like a waterproof canvas-like material. It's waxed as well, so it seems to be like so that the rain won't affect it too badly. And you can see in front of it a big large wooden sign painted in a fresh coat of red that says Ruby Robinson's Trade Goods. When you peek your head into the tent, you can see that there are rugs on the floor and there are tables in there with a counter, and you can see there are all sorts of tools. There are like alchemists' tools, brewers' tools. There's all different toolkits in there. There is some red vials of liquid on a shelf behind her with other such vials as well. And the thing that stands out the most in this is a young-looking human girl with big auburn-looking, auburn-coloured hair, sat behind a counter, wearing not quite regal, but like more of a noblewoman's attire. She definitely looks more well off. She's not like the village folk here. And as you guys walk in, she looks up at you and she's like, "Oh, hey, y'all." I think you're muted.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not muted.
Oh, I saw your mouth move, but no sound.
I think we're
Testing.
I got it. Yeah.
I think we were just looking to each other like, are you gonna say something? And I'm gonna say something.
No, I said hello, and then I was waiting for you to say hello, but then nothing happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She says, "Hey, y'all."
Yeah. So, hello.
Well, how can I help you both?
Do you know someone called Contessa?
Oh, that
Contessa?
sweet little thing. Yeah, she popped by earlier today.
Yeah. We're friends of hers, and I don't know. We were wondering. She's just sleeping now in the tavern.
She was very tired.
Yeah, we've been traveling with her. I don't know if she told you why we're here. But
She said it was like a stop by or something.
Yeah, we're actually protecting a wagon for Felix Featherstone.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, and we're sent on a mission to protect this wagon essentially. But the reason we're here, and I want to sort of do this in a lower voice, like a quieter voice. The reason we're here is we're looking for someone in this town that could maybe give us some information of what's going on here, but it seems nobody really wants to speak, and we thought maybe you, because you know Contessa, would be able to give us some insight on what's going on, because it seems like something is going on, but nobody wants to speak about it.
Well, I'll tell you this for free, for definitely. For some reason, the guards seem to come in like every hour just to check up on me. Well, all the other towns that I've been to, I've never had such an experience before. Mm-hmm. They seem ever so friendly, and they seem to want to make sure that the peace here is kept. But I would say there have been a few people that have ordered stuff from me, and well, I've provided and got that ready for them, but they haven't come back.
Yeah,
it's only a small village.
Yeah, so what we're getting at here, because obviously you're telling us, so maybe like I'll return the favor, is that there seems to be some talk about people going missing potentially.
Oh, well, that would be horrible.
For sure. We kind of just want to know what we're dealing with. Contessa also said you headed into the forest just outside of here. Or you used to?
When I first rocked up there, they allowed me to have free reign of that forest, but maybe just 3 days ago, they wouldn't let me in there. I used to collect some of those mushrooms in there so that I could create these potions that I make.
Ever anything specific that you noticed about the forest? Anything, or this is just a normal forest?
Well, actually, now that you mention it, yeah, some of the mushrooms that I'd find were a little bit well, I guess there was like a blackness to them.
Do you have any of those at all?
Maybe. You mind giving me a secondary?
Mm-hmm.
And she stands up and she seems to go into like behind a curtain and rootling around with a load of stuff out the back, and then she pulls out a wooden little trug, which is like a wooden shelf type thing, and she pulls it out and puts it on top of the counter. She says, "Whoa, look, here they are, right here." And you can see there are these quite large red-topped mushrooms with like white spots on them, and they have like red veins that go in the middle. But at the base of the stalk of the mushroom, there's like black veins running up to the red. And she's like, "Well, that certainly shouldn't have that there.
No,
there's something going wrong right there."
Can I do a nature check on that?
Go for it. Yeah, 100%. See what you rolled. A 14? Yeah, this is definitely obviously not right. You believe that you've heard the word corruption keep being thrown around in forests and stuff. Maybe there's some sort of like sickening to the ground here, but yeah, other than that, I wouldn't say with a 14, unfortunately, you don't discern more than that.
Okay.
Is it possible to do an Arcana check on that?
Go for it, yeah. Yeah, I'd say you get a very similar reading from that. However, I would say that you can definitely tell there's like a faint necrotic magic coming from it, which you know to be deathly.
Is Socks reacting to any of this, or is he just munching away?
You can see Socks is eyeing up this shop a lot. There's a lot of like foliage and there's some like plants and stuff in here, and he's just like, hot damn.
Okay.
Yeah, Socks is looking like, oh, this looks like a tree.
Okay.
Like a candy shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ruby, what I think, and me and Actoris kind of agree on here, is that maybe the ground is poisoned or something's going on in the forest. It's radiating some sort of death into the growth, at least, of the plants here.
That would exactly explain it. Maybe that's why they don't want us going in there, in case there's something more dangerous further in. I do know that a friendly gentleman, part of the guard that used to come in here quite often at the start, he went out with a group probably the day that I got here into the forest, and well, he hasn't come back. I'm ever so worried about him.
Right. Thank you so much. I don't know, Actoris, do you have anything else? I don't know what we're dealing with.
You don't happen to be going into the forest now, do you?
We have to pass by, but at the same time, we don't. If people are actually going missing, we are trying to make this decision whether we should stay and maybe help out, or maybe is it out of our control? But why are people not speaking about us if this is what's happening?
Well, you could always ask the captain of the guard, Wallace Griffin, a lovely gentleman, a little bit stern and rough around the edges, but yeah, he seems to be nice to me anyway. Always checking in, making sure I'm okay.
We could try, but didn't you speak to... Who did you speak to, Actoris?
Also, if it's magical related, that little weird fellow, Clinton, he's a little bit eccentric, but he's quite nice. Seems to know quite a lot about magic, and that book he's reading's got an awful lot of information.
Okay. I just look at Actoris, and we could head over there and ask him, but he seems to want to have a little bit of coin for every bit of knowledge.
Oh yeah, he's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Shion if you need her? Um, um, yeah, I already talked to a guy. I was not sure who it was. It seems to be the captain.
Oh, was he quite tall, like graying and quite muscular? Big build?
He was big build, that's true.
That'll be Wallace.
That would be Wallace.
He's the biggest of the town. Well, village.
Yeah, let's go on our investigation. I don't think I think
Well-
we got enough information from this.
If you do find yourself inside that forest and you find any of those red mushrooms right here, I'll take any that aren't like sickened like this one, and let's just say I'll pay you for them. And if you bring me enough, I'll give you a discount on some healing potions.
Oh, you have some healing potions?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's my speciality. I'm a herbalist and alchemist.
Right. I mean, it's definitely something to think about. Maybe we'll head back here, but for now, I think we're in a little bit of a rush. But that's good to know. And if we manage to come back here and we find mushrooms, I'll be sure to bring them back to you.
Well, that'd be my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ruby.
Well, see you now. You take care.
Bye-bye.
And yeah, you guys leave the tent. And at that point, we will take a real quick break. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break so I can pop to the loo, grab a new drink, that sort of thing. And yeah, we'll be back. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back. 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Bye. welcome back. We're all ready. I hope you're all ready. We're gonna keep playing. Oh, I need to mute that because I can hear myself. Yeah, we're all good. We're back in. Hello, welcome. If you've missed it, we've been playing for a little while. You've missed a little bit. Maybe watch some of the VOD. It's all good. Yeah, welcome in, guys. We're gonna carry on from where we left off, but before we do anything, Shion, you spent some time eating a meal, just relaxing and chilling out. So during the break, we discussed that you wanted to check out one of your items. And as in D&D, you need to spend a little bit of time with magic items to learn their properties. And I would say that you have definitely spent ample time to learn this one. So the item that you purchased, which was the cat's one, that's what you wanted first, right? Awesome. I would say that you've definitely got that one, which I will give you a handout for right now. Ooh. If I can find it. Where is it? There it is. I'll show it to everyone so you can all see it. There it is. The Stone of Good Luck. It does require attunement, but while this polished agate is on your person, you have a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws.
Yay!
So if you wish to attune to it, I'll say that you can do within that hour, which means that is now active. So you have a +1 bonus to all ability checks, which is skill checks as well. So you get +1 to all your skills. If you have to make a strength check, that's a +1 to that. Your initiative is a +1 to that. It's really good, but it's up to you. If you don't want to attune to it, you don't have to. You can always give it to somebody else. But if you would like to keep it, by all means, you are allowed 3 items attuned at any one time.
It's shiny. So, I want it.
It is very shiny. So yeah, sure. So try to make a note of that somewhere so that you remember that you have that +1. And it's to saving throws as well, which could come in handy. Awesome. So that's what you get. Brilliant. Right, and at that, after you've finished your meal, we'll cut back over to Erhard. Erhard, as you enter the room, shortly after, you're going to knock at the door as you hear a gentleman's voice from behind it. And he says, I have your clean sheets.
Oh, come on in.
And you open the door and he comes in. And do you lock it behind him?
Yes.
You lock it, and he puts the sheets down on the bed, and he's like, "If I tell you this, you have to promise you'll help."
Well, I'm definitely willing to help, and some of my party is as well.
And you can see the sorrow in his eyes at this point, and he sits on the edge of the bed, and he just looks up at you. My daughter, she went missing a few days back. You know what kids are like. You tell them not to do things and they rebel and do them. I told her not to go into that forest, that it wasn't safe. And she went in. It's been a few days and the guards won't let me in, and they've told me that they're searching for her, but I've seen it. I've seen what's out there. A woman. A woman that wears no clothes, with auburn hair down to her waist. She can be seen from the edge of the forest, and she compels people to go to her. And well, that's the last you see of them. It must be some sort of magic, but my daughter didn't see her. She just, well, I hope she didn't. She just went in. But she seems to come at night. In the middle of the night, folk have been seen wandering towards the edge of the forest, and it always happens to be when the guards are nowhere nearby. I need you to find her. My daughter, and maybe this woman, if she has her.
Can I, having lived with magical creatures, do I know anything about, I don't know, nymphs or something, like someone that would entice people like that.
Roll me an Arcana check. We'll go with Arcana. I think that's the best one for this roll. You try to think back, and yeah, there are woodland nymphs that you know of that have been known to dabble, but usually it's not in. You know that maybe they would like charm someone to wander into the forest, but it's not always with ill content. With the amount of guards that are here, you get the sense that maybe this isn't the thing, because whatever this woman is, clearly these people aren't coming back. And yeah, maybe it could be a nymph. Maybe it's like a nymph that you've never come across. But it's definitely like that way inclined. It's definitely some sort of charming magic, but that's all I would say that you can get from that.
So how long has it been since people started going missing?
Weeks.
Weeks?
2 or 3. They didn't notice at first, it was just a couple. But then, as time went on, more and more people went out, and then they sent the guards to go find them, and the guards never came back, so they requested more guards to come from Arkenvale. But Wallace is a prideful man, and I don't think he's told anyone outside this village what's actually happening. I heard him mention something about bandits. Well, what bandits do you know that run around naked in the forests? They don't seem to be stealing any of our supplies, just the people. I just... Maybe Wallace thinks he's got this under control, but I can assure you he does not. There are a few people in this town that have said stuff, but... Well... They're in the cells. The people that are trying to get help outside of the village, he's locking up until he deals with this situation. From what I've heard, he's looking after them. He's feeding them, and he's letting them see their family, but he's trying to contain the information so that it doesn't spread like wildfire. I don't know if he's scared of his superiors finding out and him getting the chop or what, but he's trying to contain it the best he can, but he's not doing a good enough job. I go to him every day about my daughter, and he just tells me to wait. She's 6 years old.
I can feel your pain. Doesn't seem like they really searching.
I think they are, but I don't think they know what they're dealing with. And, well, they keep going to Clinton, but from what I've heard, he keeps telling them that the guard can't protect him from what's out there, and he's not willing to go with them.
Do you think Clinton knows what's out there?
Well, look, we're just a village, and out of everyone here, he's the only one with any sort of magical capabilities. He's been studying magic for the past few years. I think he's afraid that the guard cannot protect him from what's out there, and that's why he doesn't want to go.
Do you think it might help if I talk to him?
Maybe.
Have you talked to him?
Well, I've tried, but he keeps telling me that I just don't understand, and, well, I understand that. If this is, I don't know, a witch or something in these woods, then what are they doing with all these people? At least, it's got to be like 20 plus by this point that have gone missing. We're only a small village, but surely you've noticed how quiet it is out there. And more guards keep coming every few days.
Where do they keep the people? Like you said, they have cells.
In the barracks, in the outpost. But there's just so many guard there that If you wanted to talk to one of them, the only way you're gonna be able to do that is get in that prison yourself. They have cells beneath the outpost. Only a few, but still enough.
So I've heard that the Ironwood is very, precious and safeguarded.
Oh, yeah.
And people are not allowed to go in there and trade with it as well.
Normally, people are free to venture through, but the guard on the borders is what normally happens, but it's doubled. You see, the Ironwood is such a precious material to Arantis that's why there are so many guards here. That's why Arkenvale have their own outposts, because they control the produce. But they're not letting people in of fear of this woman. But they won't tell anyone about it to try and get help. And the more guards that come, the more people that go missing.
What I have noticed when I was outside in the village, if the lumber mill is actually running, or like the number of guards being specifically closed there.
You would not. You know that there's a lot of guards there, but you don't know if it's running or not.
Okay. Any particular can I then ask? Yeah. Any particular reason why there's a lot of guards in front of the lumber mill then?
Well, there's always been a lot of guards there, but I think they've stopped cutting down the trees to work on because they're fearful of letting the lumberjacks go into the forest to cut down the trees. So, the wood that they have there now, they have to keep protected. Otherwise, when it arrives in Arkenvale, I'm sure they'll realize the number's short. I think Wallace is trying his best, but he's too stubborn to look for outside help. And I think Clinton's too scared that Wallace's men can't protect him well enough. But if you're here, and you're an adventurer and outside, I saw you had a troop of people come through. Maybe you could go in. Maybe create a distraction. I don't know, but I just need my daughter back, and she's been gone for at least 3 days now.
So you said you can spot the woman from the village. So
yeah,
the guards think they're not far in, or?
Well, every time she appears, there's no guards nearby. But the guards have been sent in every now and then, but they usually don't come back if they go deep in the forest. Look, my little Ivanica, she just needs to come back home now. It's been too long for a girl of her age. I just fear that this woman, I don't know. Where are all these people?
I totally agree with your confusion here. And yeah, I will do my very best that my friends and we can help.
Look, if there's anything I can do to help, I don't know, maybe I could go outside with some beer and try and distract some folks so you can get in there. I'll do whatever I can, but please just promise me you'll try.
Is there any other people in town that might be willing to help, at least for distractions or something?
Well, Ruby's a lovely girl, but she's not a local. She might be able to try. Other than that, maybe if you pay Clinton too, he might be able to help you a little bit.
Well, Clinton must surely also have interest in things going back to normal.
Well, yeah, it means more trade for him, I guess. He's strange, but I think his morals are in the right place.
Sure. Yeah,
Look, I really need to be getting back, otherwise they're going to be thinking something's going wrong.
Yeah, we'll try and give you a sign of sorts. I got a raven. I might have, I don't know, fly in or something. to tell you when we might need a distraction.
Oh, okay. Well, look, what I can always do is round up a load of tankards of beer, and if I go out and start handing them to them, maybe it'll pull them away from the forest edge so you can run in. I can try, but I don't know how distracted that will be. Free beer and guards, surely they're gonna do. They're gonna want it, right? With all the stress going on right now.
Sounds like a good idea.
Be careful of that woman. She's got some magics. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll try to talk to Clinton before we head out. So
thank you. I've got to go, but please let me know what I can do. And he walks out the door, and he nods, and then walks off.
By that time, is the Raven back?
Yeah. I'd say because you said an hour and a half, right? Sure, I'll say an hour and a half passes as you see the Raven fly through the window, and you got that quite a ways into the forest. The soil and the base of the trees have gone like a blackened color, and there seems to be an awful lot of spider webs further into the forest.
Okay.
But that's as far. He didn't go any further.
Yeah.
In fear of maybe endangering himself, and they were big webs.
So probably big spiders.
You would assume he didn't see any.
Yes,
but you would
sure.
assume.
He didn't see no woman, I assume.
He did not. No, he saw no one. Only the people on the edge of the border.
Sure. Good. I guess I have him fly back out the window and check for me where the other guys got ours, and while he does that, I just head out. So that, I mean, I'm connected, so I will know what he knows.
Sure. Yeah, so at that, we'll cut back to Donros. Donros, where were you headed? Were you going back to the tavern?
Yeah, do I know that Maeve and Arcturus left the tavern, or do I just know that they went?
I will say you can see them coming out of Ruby Robinson's trade post.
I'm gonna strategically walk in a path that would interlink with theirs.
Yep.
And I'm gonna try to meet up with them.
Yeah, and the three of you seem to find yourselves within the town square.
I'm gonna look at them, and I'm gonna look at Arcturus, and I'm like, I think we need to talk again and reconvene about everything.
I agree. We might have found information, and maybe the others.
I have information as well to help your guys' side of this whole coin out. If we do,
go ahead.
We can talk with the others. It can wait.
Yeah, let's go ahead to the inn. What about you, Maeve?
Yeah, let's reconvene and make a decision from there.
I think for the safety of trying to make sure this information doesn't get seen, we're gonna need to probably either place a watch, or maybe we can talk to Erhard about his little friend.
Yeah, maybe Olaf can sit outside the room. We go back into the room.
Alright.
Yeah.
Is it going?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go.
As you all walk back into the tavern, you can see Shion staring at this cat head with the eyes, and you can see her staring at it with a fully polished plate in front of her, and she seems very content with herself at the moment as you guys walk in. And then you also see the bartender come back towards the bar, and he nods at you all as you walk in, and then he walks back round the bar.
I'm gonna walk up to Shion, and I'm gonna just kind of be like, you doing all right, princess? I mean, what were you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just sent Erhard upstairs with a new friend.
Great. Is he still there with the friend, or are we good? Because we got some.
It seems like the friend just came back down, but I think there two things might have happened, right? I mean, one, they might have had a really good time, or two, he might have had some information that would concern us all.
Don Ross wouldn't necessarily understand what she meant by a good time, but he would kind of get the gist that probably something a little bit more than just talking. So he would be like, okay, that's cool. And then he's gonna be like, do you mind following us back upstairs to talk to him, to Erhard?
Sure.
Okay. Make my way to the room.
Yeah, and as the gang of you, are you going as well, Shion? Did I hear you?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, as all of you get into the room, you see Erhard just sending Olaf back out of the window. As you're about to leave, Erhard, the whole gang just pile back into the room.
I wink at him and say, "Did you have a good time, darling?"
Was very fruitful indeed.
Donros is confused and he's trying to like think of like what is going on here.
Well,
Anywho, besides the fruitfulness that's happening, I've been studying the patterns of the guards for you guys. I figured that if we are deciding to stay here and actually help these people out, we're gonna need at least a better plan than just waltzing out of the village. So I've found us a really good gap during the day. If we need a gap at the nighttime, I will be willing to go back out and look and see if maybe their patterns change at night, and see what better option for us to leave the village then. But as far as I know, they only have about 8 to 10 guards at the barracks during the day. They have one going around the market. One goes through the market. They check, and I guess they're stopping and talking to market owners, what it seems like. And also the 2 guards go around the house. They check around each and every house. There's two-man patrols that go around the whole perimeter of the village. But at a certain point in their walks, they leave 2 corners of the village to the they leave like 2 openings in the right and the left corners of the village, which gives us an exit to leave if we so need to.
Okay, so that's good to know. But we have some information. Well, me and Taurus have some information as well. We went to see Ruby, Contessa's friend, and she said that potentially we should talk to the chief. What was his name, Taurus?
His name was Wallace Griffin, the captain.
The captain. Because she's not been here for very long. She was really friendly and happy to give us information of what she knew. She used to go out into the forest to forage mushrooms for her potions, which is what she sells, her crafting. And now recently she hasn't been allowed to go. But she said some of the mushrooms that she started retrieving were sort of black at the ends, at the roots. And we checked them out, and it seems there is some sort of death in the ground or some poison. Something is going on in that forest in the ground, and it's affecting the plants, the foliage. So, and she said that we should speak to the captain because he seems to be very nice, and he could maybe give us some more information.
Cool.
Well, I did get some very interesting information from the barkeep. Essentially inside information, from the villages. And yeah, he says people have been gone missing for a long while, like 2 to 3 weeks. Took a while until people started noticing, but it's probably like 20 plus people that have been gone missing over time. For himself, it's his daughter that went missing, and he seems to feel like Wallace is doing his best, but he's also trying to keep it quiet, because they don't quite know what to do about it, and they don't want to panic. And I kind of tell them the rest of it as well. There's like this woman out there who seems to be some kind of magical creature or person, and she seems to snare people into the woods at night. So it seems like nighttime is also kind of dangerous. And also Olaf found some big spider webs, as well as like corrupted ground, dark soil, quite a bit into the woods. So there seems to be definitely something dark, something sinister going on.
Did your contacts specify what was the last time somebody got missing?
Well, he said very earnestly that his daughter went missing a couple days ago, but didn't quite say when the last person went missing. But I feel like it might be almost every night from the sound of it, since he seemed rather scared about at nighttime, since that's when that woman seems to appear, or people seem to be lured towards the woods.
Wait, there's a lot of guards here though, so how are the guards not handling it then? Because there's like, I saw at least like almost 20 guards out there. Are they not seeing it?
Somehow they seem to find ways to slip past the guards. I don't know, maybe the guards get somehow mystified or something that I don't even notice. I don't know.
When did this start happening? When did they start disappearing?
2 to 3 weeks ago.
Just look up at Oxorus. And when did Ruby get here?
I might have misheard it. Wasn't it around that time?
She said she hadn't been here long.
She didn't
She's
specify.
also the only person. Did they say what she looked like?
He said like it's a woman with auburn hair and hair down to her waist. So I don't know if that fits the description.
Can I do like a check on succubi and things like that with thralls and stuff like that? If Erhard really told everything that?
Yeah.
Roll me an Arcana check. Let's see what magical creatures and beings that you have heard of.
Arcana, right? Yeah.
Yeah. With a 14, yeah, you've definitely heard of succubi and succubuses that come into the world and they charm beings, usually to make deals with them. You know them to be devils and demons and that sort of thing that are able to do this. You also know of nature beings like dryads, which have the capabilities of charming, but usually not to the intent of like harming people per se. And you have also heard of like nymphs as well. But with a 14, I would say that yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but that's about all that you get from that.
So I tell them that.
This is great.
I mean, a woman with auburn hair. It could be.
Yeah.
It could mean multiple things. It could mean like something like a wood nymph or a succubus, or maybe it's someone.
Yeah,
completely
but
unrelated.
we've just met someone who has been here roughly the same amount of time with the same color hair, who has reason to go into the forest or knows the forest well, at least. She also said she gets on really well with the captain, who is the captain of the guard. So maybe she knows when the guards are where, at what time. I'm just saying, you know.
That's a big like jump, and I feel like we can't just go up and telling people that yet. We need to keep that.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm brainstorming because this is very obviously like.
You want to stake her out?
I think we need to get like firsthand information on her or whatever this thing is. If we can at least get an idea of what it is, what we're dealing with, what's actually out there, we will actually have a chance to understand. What?
Well, I have a really strong feeling that Clinton might know something, because he keeps telling the guards he doesn't want to help because he feels they can't deal with it. But at the same time, he seems to be the only one in the village that might be somewhat knowledgeable about what's going on. Since he's scared of it, he might have a feeling, or he might have an idea of it.
He also
I don't
might be
wanna-
more interested in
Let's
counting.
also be careful with how much we drag people into this. It seems everyone is scared to tell us information, and I don't want to put innocent people in harm's way of getting hurt by, just telling us information. So we gotta be careful who we just try to dig information from, because it seems like the guards are doing something about it. It seems like the guards are kind of mysterious, like they're kind of just suspicious. Okay, so we need to be careful about who we're actually trying to dig for information at this point. I think we really need to just get first-hand information on this creature, and I think we need to. I agree with Shion. We need to do a stake. We need to just take. We need to bring out this creature and actually see what we're actually dealing with firsthand.
Are they though? If we are talking about a succubus or something like that, chances are that the guards might be her thralls, and they do her bidding.
Okay.
I would also like to point out that it's been quite a few hours that have passed throughout the day, and it's around the 5 p.m. mark.
Okay.
So it's just when the sun is starting to get ready to set.
Listen, you guys seem like you guys are more combat capable, and you guys actually have a little bit more information on what this thing possibly is than I do. I am willing to put myself out there as bait.
Well,
Or,
what I was... Go on.
Erhard, is Olaf capable of spying?
Well, he can look at things like any other raven. He doesn't talk.
But you perceive things through him, right?
I can kind of telepathically enter him, yes.
Nobody suspects an animal to be a spy. So if we position him in the correct spot towards the end of the forest, we might get a glimpse of who's entering that forest.
So,
I can definitely do or try
You can
that.
put her in the tent of the person that you are apparently suspecting.
I still think I feel like if we take that option, what if we don't find any information the first night? Are we gonna just keep trying this nights and nights again? Are we willing to keep people potentially being taken, or are we just want to get let's just get into this? Let's find this information fast, quick, deal with it, boom, end this.
We do have a mission.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. If we do this quickly, as in do the stakeout, we at least get the information right then and there, deal with it right then and there, and we can move on with all what we actually need to do. I feel like the Raven's a big risk, because then we're running the issue of what if the Raven doesn't see it? What if the Raven is in the wrong position to find what we're actually looking for?
So what are you suggesting?
What if we keep the Raven, we keep Olaf in the tent or near the tent of rubies whilst we go towards the forest? I'll transform into a lizard or something in that sense and go ahead and have you guys behind me. And if something suspicious happens in this tent, Olaf comes back to us straight away.
Right. I feel like, no offense to you, Maeve, I feel like you're better off being the wolf. I think if we're getting to a combat like this thing...
There's options, right?
I don't think a wolf is very low profile.
Well, listen, I'm thinking whatever we're about to get in contact with isn't very low-key, and we might actually be into some really hot water. So I'd rather have a very powerful wolf who's going to, kind of mess some things up than,
Well, I would really, really love to have some quick word with Clinton, because I feel like he has the best
I feel like we're getting him involved too much. If the guards are trying to keep this thing hush hush, and they even find out that he's giving us the information right now, who's to say what's gonna happen to him for giving us information?
Why don't we send Miss Laurenil? She seems to have a good connection with Mr. Clinton.
Who?
A good connection. Apparently, the only connection I have is that he has 120 of my coins.
Listen, I really do. I really do think
yes,
we should just focus on what we can do at the moment, and if we want to also get to this orb in a timely manner and not fall behind on our current mission, we need to just kind of jump into this, right? We have a decent information. We know when it's going to come out. We know it's going to come out at night only, right? So there's no point in setting up during the day. There's no point in trying to go into the forest during the day, because it doesn't seem like this thing is actually going to do anything during the day. It seems like we really need to focus on the night here. what we're gonna do at night. I did see guards going in throughout the day during my little time out there. I don't know what they went in the forest for exactly. But I think that's a losing battle if you guys are saying that it really happens at night. I think we need to focus on what we have right now. It's already becoming night.
Okay,
I still
so
think we
we need
could
to be
keep.
quick.
Mhm.
We need to be quick about it, yes.
I agree.
I still think then in that case we could still keep Olaf if Erhard wants to by the tent, so we can get ahead. Because it doesn't have to be Ruby, but it's just very suspicious that if something happens, hopefully Olaf can get to us if we're already towards the forest, rather than she can or whatever maybe. And the only downside is if she has nothing to do with it, Olaf's going to be sat there all night.
I agree. Here I agree with that suggestion because the Ravens, like you guys said, is very, very low profile. I do agree that if you guys are suspicious of her, we can keep the Raven there. What I would suggest if we are going to go with the route of a stake, since I'm the biggest one of the bunch, which means I feel like I would be, be able to tank a little bit more. If she does decide to get a little frisky with me, I will be the one that takes the bait, and I'll be the bait for this. And also because I've seen how some of you guys are in combat, and it feels like I'm probably the more one to be up close besides using a bow.
but Don Ross, have you ever considered you can be turned too?
What?
You can be turned by this creature too.
It's
It really is a
it's in-
succubus.
The magic.
What if you turned on against us? I wouldn't want you sit on me.
It's true. Well, dang. Do we have anything that could?
It seems we are at a crossroad from which way are we going. I would suggest we vote on this and we make a choice. Because the longer we talk about this, the more chances we are
How
letting
about
slip.
this? We can have a third option. How about we instead? Why don't we just kind of see what the guards are doing about the creature? Because if the guards are letting this creature in, then maybe that connects to what Maeve is saying with
creature
the
ain't coming in.
Yeah, I mean, if they're just letting it come in, right? Or we can get a sense of if it's maybe using magic to get the guards to let it come in.
No, the creature doesn't come in. The creature lures people out.
Right. That's actually so. Maybe we can see if the maybe we can get an idea of like if the why the guards aren't around that area then. If you think about it, the guards. I haven't heard any stories of guards going missing besides the ones that enter the or possibly the ones that enter the forest.
Isn't it suspicious that the one place where they can sneak into the woods is not guarded?
I'm saying.
So we should go for information, and at this point, the only person who can tell us who can be trusted is Mr. Clinton. He will do anything for coin.
Are you guys certain this guy's trusted? How do we know we can trust this?
I don't think all he wants is money. He doesn't really care about anything else.
The barkeep told me that he might be strange, but he's good. Like he has a good nature. Like he's not untrustworthy, so to speak.
A barkeep does not look like his usual clientele if you see the prices that he
Well, it's one village.
that he charges for his items.
It is a village. They know each other. And they
Right.
Confirm.
Fair enough. I suppose we can go there again. I mean, it is getting late. He might close up shop soon.
Wait, should we go this late though? Because then we're running the risk of what if we stay there and then it becomes night, and now we're trying to move back to here at night.
Don't you worry, Don Ross. If you get lured out, we'll get you back.
Listen, that's not what I'm
keep
worried
Olive
about.
on you or what?
I'm worried about the fact that one, as Shion kind of said, that we don't know if this thing could turn people against each other, and I don't know about y'all, but I don't want fucking whatever y'all got under your belts. I've seen someone throw some fire. I ain't trying to get burned. Okay, I'm not trying to get on fire here. So I would honestly think it's safer for us to wait for the morning if we're trying to go down this route of getting more information. Unless.
Well, how long is it's 5 o'clock now? How long is it going to
let's-
take us to get information?
Let's go
It's about 5:30 now because time is ticking.
So
I'd say let's go there
Let's
quickly,
go.
and Olaf
Yes,
can watch
let's
the
go. He
tent
might
of
close up shop quickly.
the ruby lady.
I'll stay outside and guard. You guys
Okay.
go in and talk.
Okay, let's run. Let's go.
Sure. You guys run
Run!
and put Olaf outside of Ruby Robinson's trade goods?
Yes.
Whereabouts is Olaf
Suspicious.
going?
Well, he's gonna like
Is he going in the tent?
sit on top of the tent, kind of.
Okay. Just watching entrance.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely fine. Yeah, Olaf sits there, and every now
Well, can I?
Oh.
Sorry. Can I have him fly through the tent shortly, just checking if she's in there?
you want the Raven to fly into the tent.
Well, like kind of like it looks like an open tent of sorts.
It is. Yeah, it is.
So kind
I'm
of
just
fly in
double-checking.
one side and fly out the other.
There is only one in and out.
Oh, well,
And it can fly in, walk about, then fly out if that's what you want.
kind of, yeah. Like,
Sure. Olaf does fly in, and immediately Ruby starts running up the Raven to get it out of the shop, and it flies
sure.
back out, and
It
then
flies
lands on
back
top.
out.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's good. It's good. The rest of
we'll
you
just have him
head
sit
towards
there
Clinton's.
and notify us of any movement or whatever.
Not a problem. The rest of you head to Clinton's, and as you walk in, you all see the same things, and the bell rings. And he's still sat there, and he pulls the book down. Oh, it's you again. And he pulls the back up to his face. The book back up to his face.
Hey, curious book you're reading there. What's that about?
He closes the book, puts it on the counter. Stuff for me to know and for you never to find out. Can I help at all? Have you slept on those prices?
Well, we kind of have urgent business. I've kind of had a bit of a talk with a villager, and there seems to be a lot of trouble here. And it seems like you might know stuff that you're not trusting the guards with. So I have a feeling you might be a good person to talk to about this.
Well, let's not talk in riddles. I will quickly give you the handout for him, because I completely forgot to do it earlier.
Oh,
That's what he looks like.
oh god, that looks like.
Yep.
So
Uh-huh.
trustworthy.
That's what he looks like.
Okay, let's head out now. Seriously though, well, people are going missing. There seems to be some kind of temptress in the woods, and I don't know. I'm just wondering, what do you know about it?
He definitely cocks his head when you say temptress in the woods. And he smiles. Well, I wondered how long they'd keep a lid on that.
Yeah, it's rather obvious
What
that
did you
there's
wish to
something going
learn?
amiss.
What do you know about this creature?
I know that whatever magic she uses is enough to charm these idiots.
So who does it affect exactly? Do you, like, is
Well,
it certain people or just random?
seems to be whoever's eye she has.
Have you ever seen her?
No. I'm too busy learning the arcane to leave my house.
See.
You can't leave your house?
Well, I can, but you've seen the idiots that live here. Why should I share such a intellectual conversation with some of the morons that live around this town, village?
So then why do you live here? If you think you are that much better than the idiots living around here, what are you doing? Why are you not in a bigger shop, in a bigger town with more people to buy your curiosities?
Because, dear, the idiots here will pay whatever price I tell them.
Fair
I've
enough.
noticed
I respect that.
And he smiles at the pair of you after buying some of his trinkets.
Well, I didn't.
Well, attempting to, yeah.
So business can't have been good for you though.
It doesn't need to be.
So how do you keep living here if you don't have business?
Well, how else would I acquire peace and quiet to allow me to continue with my studies. If I lived in a city, I'd be pestered by customers all the time.
But what happens when everybody goes missing? Then where's your custom?
It's even quieter, isn't it?
But then how do you procure your goods? I
Well,
don't expect many travelers like ourselves come in and bring you gems on the daily.
You'd be surprised. What with Karas holding its seasonal events, the people that Karas do not allow to sell their wares there often swing by here on the way and heading towards Arkenvale in hopes of selling trinkets there, and, well, it's...
Have you had any such customers recently?
A few, yes. A few that have been turned away.
The last day or two?
Not so much recently, other than yourselves, no.
Alright.
Well, yes, but no.
Yes, but no. What does that mean then?
Well...
You wanted to not speak in riddles.
I purchased an item from a couple of gentlemen that passed through here.
We might be looking for those gentlemen, so you might have
they're not here
bought
now.
stolen goods, just for your information.
Bought stolen goods? Well,
yes.
That's none of my concern at this point.
Well, it is the concern of the authorities.
And are you the authorities?
No, but other people might get information about it if you don't want to help us.
Well, then that's fine. They can come along and reimburse me for the money that I have spent, and they can have their item back. I do not intend to sell it straight away.
Mr. Clinton, if I may.
Yes.
I think we are not speaking the correct language here. And at that point, I'll reach into my pocket and I take out a gold coin and I shove it to him. Let's talk business, shall we?
Finally. Someone with a little market sense. And he holds out a hand.
And I'll give him the coin.
This'll get a minute of my time. What would you like?
What do you know about this creature? What do you know about what's happening here? And why are you studying the arcane? Are you doing to leave this place or to protect yourself?
I am studying the arcane because I found a tome many years back that, let's just say, intrigued me. I was an adventurer for a year or so, hence why I have a vast amount of wealth, and that's why I'm able to live where I live now, selling what I sell now. I earned quite a lot of coin from my ventures, and, well, I decided to learn the arcane to better understand the tome that I had found. The reason why I know of this creature is because Captain Griffin decided to stop by asking for my expertise in the arcane, being the only one here that knows of such magics. I'll admit, charming magic is not my forte, but I am aware of its presence and I know what it can do. Other than that, I do not wish to aid the guard into the forest because I know that they are unable to protect me because they are bumbling idiots. And one look at this temptress, as your friend calls it, and I'm sure they'll be dropping their trousers at the first second.
Right. And does this...
Let's just say the majority of the people that have gone missing do happen to be male.
Well, Shion? Maeve?
That's no guarantee. Remember what Erhard told about the daughter of the barkeep?
Oh, women have gone missing too, but like I said, the majority.
So no, you're not worried for yourself?
Not at all. If that temptress wishes to entice me, she'd have to come into my home for a start. And let's just say, in here I'm better protected than anywhere.
And have you... I'll just give him another gold coin.
And he takes it. Yeah, he smiles.
We're not sure if this ties in together, but anything about giant spider webs, as Erhard has told us earlier, in this forest tying into anything that would rot the ground and foliage?
Well, I do have my... I have my opinions of what it could be. Have you heard of succubuses and succubi? I've heard that they are devils that come from the nine hells. And if you've heard the stories of the Age of Darkness, a lot of the land became corrupted when the scar was in the sky, and the devils and demons poured from out of it. However, there are many other things that can do such atrocities to wildlife and the such. For example, dryads have a fickle way of sometimes changing the course of nature if they deem it so. There are also nymphs who have had a tendency of attacking people, but it's unusual. And then there's, well, some refer to as witches, which are unpredictable at best. And it could simply just be a hag of sorts either.
How long ago, have you noticed, did these people disappear?
The first recording of a missing person due to this case is 3.5 weeks ago.
Do you happen to know, was that before or after Ruby arrived in the village?
Ruby's been here just over a week.
Oh. So
Yes.
I'm misinformed. Never mind.
Very
But
well.
what I wonder is... I wonder if the two tie in together, regardless if it's Ruby or not, because it obviously doesn't make sense now. But if I don't know if the lady, the mistress, ties into the whole web thing yet.
The webs, well, it depends what sort of temptress she is. Obviously, if she's a succubus, it wouldn't add up. If it's a dryad, potentially, because it's being a being of wildlife, maybe she's forced nature's hand. It could be a hag. Hags are quite known to have different capabilities, and if it's maybe a woodland hag, then maybe very well, but well, it could be a nymph as well. It just depends.
While he is talking, can I gleam a glance at his book?
Sure.
Like what that might be?
Yeah.
So, like perception, I don't know what.
Yeah, roll me a perception
Arcana,
check.
I don't know.
While he's
Roll me
doing
a
that,
perception
does Donald's outside? Does he notice it's starting to kind of maybe turn evening, and maybe it's starting to the sun's starting to maybe?
Yeah, it's definitely getting darker. It's
Okay,
coming around.
he's-
It's like 6 p.m. coming just past 6 p.m.
He's barging inside, closing the door behind him, and he's gonna stomp his way up, like purposely make stomping sounds up to the to where everyone else is, and he's gonna be like,
Before you say anything, as you stomp in, Erhard, you notice that the book is called The History of the Magical Weave, and it seems to be a book all about the arcane that you notice, and it's a very old tome that's probably about 200 years old. But as you stomp in, Don Ross, he looks to you and he says, "You're right," and then looks at Shion and Erhard. That one is quieter than him, as he then gestures towards the statue of the elephant, and then he looks back at Don Ross and says, "Can I help you at all?"
What did you say?
I said that you were like that one, and he gestures towards the elephant statue, but much noisier.
You're calling me an animal?
Well, your friends here described you as such, and I can see the resemblance.
I'm gonna put my hand down on the table, and I'm gonna like push pressure on it. I'm gonna stare at him in his eyes. I'm gonna lean down across the table at him, across wherever he's sitting. Like, look at me, little man. I don't care about you calling me. There's one thing you're not gonna call me, and that is an animal. Okay, I am more than that. I can think. I'm tall. I can honestly pick you up and throw you out this building right now, and I'll give you to that creature out there right now. All I want is information on what that thing is, what is going on around here, and I'm telling you, if you keep, I don't know what I just want information. You're gonna tell me it right now. Give me information. I want to try to intimidate him.
I've told your friends everything that I know. And by the way, you've just proven a point that you are exactly as your friends see you. Loud and a little obnoxious.
There's people out there getting taken into this forest, and we're trying to help these people out. And you're gonna tell me you're not gonna give us information to help these people out? Everything. Not giving us everything.
I'd like to have you know that I have told them everything that I know.
I'm gonna take out 15. I'm gonna take out 15 gold coins. I'm gonna slam on the table. I'm gonna be like,
Speaking of people out there, can I just like go inwardly and go into Olaf's eyes and just see if anything happens around town, like guards and people?
It's the same as it was. Yeah, it's obviously a little bit quiet because it's darker. But yeah, people seem to definitely... the market stall owners are all packing up for the day. You can see that Ruby seems to be packing up as well. Packing the stuff up and getting ready to close the tent up. And there are guards still patrolling. Yeah.
Okay.
But getting back to Don Ross slapping 15 gold down, he looks up at you and he says, "My, someone seems to want to splash the cash. What did you require?"
Listen, I just want everything you know, and I want to know from just every information you got, any books you have on this thing, and maybe any like sources of information, everything. I want to know exactly what this creature is.
I do not know what this is, but I know it is a magical being that knows how to charm civilians, especially very dumb civilians that live within a village. Now, the guardsmen here are completely incapable of doing such a thing because they lack the capabilities of dealing with a magic practitioner, such as myself. I would go and fight this thing and stop this thing from terrorizing this town. However, I do not believe the guards could keep me protected from the other things within this forest.
Well, we
and
could.
That thing.
I'm gonna look at them. I'm like, we can easily protect you, and I'm gonna take out another 5. Come with us, help us fight this creature, and these 20 gold pieces are yours.
I'll make you a deal.
Okay.
I'll come with you. I'll take your money. But if this turns out to be a magical being, I want half of what we find.
That's worth it. I'll take the deal.
Hold on. You take the deal.
Yes, these are people. Listen.
Short
Y'all
question.
No. Hear me out. Y'all sit here and telling me we want to help these people, and now that there's possible stuff out there y'all think y'all want, that we can just turn this all around? No. You guys have told me we're gonna help these innocent people out, right? That means we're gonna take any deal we can. This guy knows more than we do at the moment, and knows how to fight this thing better than we do. So I say, we take this deal, we help these innocent people, and we get this done and over with. Y'all sat here and told me that just leaving was the wrong idea, and I agree with you now. So let's do this the right way. Let's let him have half the loot, because he's obviously probably going to do more help than we will. All our job is to protect this guy, help him defeat this creature.
I don't care about these people.
Well, I know you don't, but I do now. And that is all it takes. If you want to go find your way, you're going to help us.
Why should I go with you?
Hey, you don't have to. You stay here then. You stay here, Shion, because that's all you're probably good for anyway.
Immediately.
You just prance
I
around.
can kick your ass right now.
Immediately, his voice echoes throughout the room as he just says, "Silence! If we're going to go, we need to go now. Because that is when she will not be in her area. She'll be here, luring someone back. If we get there before she does, maybe we can find out what she is and prepare for it. Now, will you two stop arguing like fucking children? And can we get out there and find out what this is and defeat it, kill it, do whatever we need to, so I can find my stuff. You lot can all leave, and I can get my piece to study my magic."
I give him half the gold for now. Put the other half in. That's a deal. I'll take it.
Very well. Give me 2 minutes to get my things.
Easy.
Can I just ask a short question, Onin?
Yeah.
Would the Raven be able to lift that Onyx Doggo statue? By any chance? Like,
Yeah?
Can't have been that heavy, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure. Just asking for a friend. Never mind.
Okay. And yeah, he gets off the stool and he walks out through a back room.
The book he
Are
left
we-
there, is it in common tongue?
It is, yeah, it's in common.
Can I talk to Arcturus and kind of tell him like that is a very interesting book? Wanna have a look?
Sure.
Can we just like kind of flip it open quickly? and
Yeah.
just-
You flip open and you can see this is a like catalog almost. A catalogued entry of just all things magic. There is stuff in here that is about the astral sea, about how to get there using planar travel, and I would say the page that you get to is probably about this one. And there is runes written in here, and it talks about how there is various different methods of projecting your soul to the astral plane and leaving your body to the material plane. And as you're reading it, you're like, oh shit, this is pretty crazy. And it's saying that there is like a tether that goes from your soul in the astral plane to your body here, and that there are creatures in the astral plane known as Githyanki who have silvered blades that can cut the tether and detach your soul from your body, and you're trapped in the astral sea forever, and your body lies dormant and ages within the material plane. But before you get any further, he comes back out. Do you flip the page, like the book? But yeah, you close the book. Yeah, and as you close the book, he comes back out and he's like, ah. And then with a flick of his wrist, the book lifts up, comes over to him, and he goes back out through the curtain.
Okay.
Right.
Arcturus, we need to have a word about this later.
We definitely do.
I turn to Maeve and I just kind of look for Socks. Make sure he's
Socks
still
is
there.
Yeah, Socks is there. He's been a good boy today.
And I tip my fedora again. I'm like, I hope you're right about fighting this thing.
So
There's only one way to find out.
let's
is
out,
true.
guys.
It's true.
Yeah. Clinton comes back out with his gear, and you can see he has a golden like scepter that he's carrying, and it has like a ruby on the top. And he walks
Can
out.
I
He's
do
like,
an Arcana check on that?
sure, yeah. Roll me an Arcana check as he walks out. Yeah, 23. You can definitely tell that this is this has evocation magic, which you can associate with fire due to it being a ruby. It seems to be like some sort of staff or scepter that allows him to channel his magic through that can create some sort of fire magic.
Thanks.
Yeah, and he like spins it and it just disappears as he walks out. And he's like, right, well, I'm ready.
Oh, he's a magician.
Oh, it's a
Quite
wizard,
clearly.
not a magician.
Wizard.
Shall we go?
Yes.
It's
I'm
getting
following
late.
you.
We go.
As
Let's go.
you all walk outside, you can see the sun is nearly almost gone behind the trees. Yeah?
I'm gonna leave Socks in the shop.
Do you think you're gonna stay there?
I'll give him the biggest bunch of leaves and nuts with him.
Maybe leave him with Ruby. I don't know.
I think he'd eat her precious plants. I don't think he would contain himself in her shop.
Or she'll mush him into
do
a
you have
potion.
any- Pardon?
Or she will mush him into a potion.
Yeah, exactly.
How about your bird? Can your bird keep an eye on him? And the bird, can relay? I mean, or,
No, there's a certain distance you can relay stuff, and
Okay,
other than
but
that,
the bird
then
can
he's
still
just a
take care of
bird.
him pretty easily, though, right? Because you can keep
Oh.
track of him.
Can we? Do you have any sort of enclosed area at all, Clinton, where he could stay with a bunch of leaves for a few hours?
Well, yes. Do you need me to get it?
Yeah, please.
He walks out the back and he comes out with a cage.
What kind of cage? What kind of cage is it?
It's like metal, and it's kind of like what you would imagine you would take, I don't know, like an angry dog in so that it can't get out. And it has a little flap, but the bottom it looks quite suitable for like sitting in, but he would definitely not be able to get out of it. The holes are too small for him to climb out of.
Is it like nice and big enough for him?
Oh, for him, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like decent for like a medium-sized dog.
Can I have a check on it? That is nothing suspicious about it, like magical or...
You want to roll an Arcana?
Yeah.
Sure, roll an Arcana. I'll say an 11. Yeah, it's magical. You don't know what with an 11, but it's magical. There's definitely a sense of arcane with it.
I'm just gonna tell Maeve, be careful with that.
Well,
Why? Why be careful with that?
It's a very special cage.
Okay, Clinton, what's with the cage? Is there anything I should know?
well, it's magically locked and can only be opened with my voice.
Okay, so what happens if we lose you?
Well,
In battle?
Don't lose me, is what I'd suggest. He'll be
shit.
perfectly well in there if you give him enough food and water.
Yeah, but if worst came to worst and we didn't bring you back, or something terrible should happen, then
Well, then I would suggest bringing me back.
Yeah, that's the plan. But
Look, I can't really trust you, and I guess that you don't trust me.
Clearly.
So if you wish for that little fellow to remain here, safe and sound, he will be. Put him in this cage with enough food and water for at least a day, 2 at most. And, well, if you make sure to protect me like you've told me you can, when we come back, he'll be free to do as he wishes.
I just look at Don Ross because I know Don Ross cares for socks.
I don't like this.
I look at Maeve and I'm like, look, I promise you, I give you my word, I'll do everything I can to make sure this guy comes back. Right now, I think it's in our best bet for Sock's sake. We can't take him on this. This is too dangerous for him.
No, that 100%. I'm just...
Listen, this guy is giving us information. This guy seems like he wants to at least do something. I'm willing to take a risk. Because I feel like, what else can we do with Socks to keep him safe?
Yeah.
I don't trust him going on this.
Can I grab some? Do you have any blankets or old clothing I can chuck in there, get him comfortable, bring him some water, some leaves?
Yeah, he goes and grabs the, some rag off of the clothing section, just throws it in there. He gets, like, a little bowl, fills it up with some water.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's like, if you wish to put the leaves in here, that'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll grab my leaves and my pouch and a few nuts, and it's all in there. And I put socks in, and just really in Sylvian, just tell him, look, we'll be back very soon, but just stay in here, we'll be back.
And once you start talking to him, he looks up at you, and like his eyes go like wide, and he looks all cute, giving you like puppy dog eyes. And he looks up at you, and he just smiles, and then he sits down and starts munching on some leaves.
I can't. I can't. Okay, yeah. Okay, I guess I closed the cage, but he looks happy, so it's okay.
Yeah. And then as you go to leave, you just see him stood at the bars, looking out.
Bye, Socks. Love you.
And just as you're like about to leave, I'll say you're the last one to leave, Maeve. As you're about to leave and shutting the door, you could just hear like a noise come from the cave. Cage, not cave. You hear a little noise. Mm-hmm. And you guys leave.
As we go out, I would also like to just tell Sylvan, you will be fine. We will be back.
Yeah, and he's just looking at you all as you leave, holding like the bars, poking his like face through, just watching, like, you're leaving me. And then you guys leave through the door and shut the door. And as you do, Clinton waves his hand, and you just hear a locking noise as the door locks.
I look at Maeve and I'm like, we're gonna come back. He's gonna be fine. Socks will be okay.
Yeah, and I think at that, guys, we will end tonight's session as it's run on a little bit. And hopefully we'll see what happens next week. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that. Everyone seems really sad.
Hello.
Everyone enjoyed that. Oh, I will really quickly, so that the viewers can see as well, stay on this map, this page, if you could, for a second. I completely forgot to give all these out during it. So that is Ruby Robinson. That is what she looks like.
Hello there.
And then you have also got Wallace Griffin. That is what he looks like. I completely forgot to give these out.
Oh.
And yeah,
Awesome.
they are the people that you have met today.
Oh, Arthur, there you were on in your bedroom with a dude.
The barkeep.
Oh no, that wasn't the same guy. Yeah, that's not the same guy.
It's not the same guy. You were a different guy. We were Ruby.
Well,
Yeah.
that is the end of
Unfortunately.
today's session. So thank you all for watching. That was really fun. We're gonna go around real quick and just remind you where you can find all of us and all the cool things. So below me, we have the Eagle Outlaw, where, by the way, you can find all of us. But Eagle, tell us about yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name's Eagle Outlaw. I play Don Ross, the 7'8" Elephant Man. Yeah, 7'8". Yeah, you can find me over at the Eagle Outlaw. I play a lot of crazy games. Yeah, come hang out. Come have a great time.
And to the... Wait, what way is that? Right?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
to the right of Eagle, we have Zeb. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm Agent Zeb. You can find me on Twitch. Usually, well, I'm gonna be back to schedule since school's starting here. So yeah, in the morning, Monday to Friday, playing lots of like strategy, magic, RPG, any kind of games, something like that. If you're interested, come and join.
Awesome. And below Zeb, we have Smitty. Smitty, take it away.
This is Smitty Jane, doing a bunch of variety streams at the moment on most evenings, UK time. And you can find me there doing some Pokemon, some Outlast, some Pokemon Colosseum even, and some other exciting things planned ahead.
And the other two people that are here today, below and to the left of Smitty, we have the lovely Team Logic. We have Lan and Tim. Take it away, guys.
Hello, my name is Lan. I'm the female half of Team Logic. If you enjoy Shion being a stuck-up bitch, please join me on Sundays when I will be playing Dragon Age. Hopefully playing a little bit less of a stuck-up bitch, but that's up to you guys. Also, I play RimWorld on Mondays. So yeah, see you on Team Logic NL.
Go on, Tim.
What?
You as well, Tim.
What she said.
What she said. You can find Tim over on Team Logic on the other days. Also, we have Guildmaster Creed, who couldn't make it this week, but he's here next week. So hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, you can find him on Guildmaster Creed. He plays Apex, and he plays other such things like Persona 5, I know he's playing as well, so definitely go check him out. He's awesome. And when Socks isn't behind bars like this, then you can find me at the Onion Soup, where I play all sorts of games, currently playing Breath of the Wild for the first time and having so much fun. And yeah, you can I'll be playing some Pokemon soon at some point anyway as well. So yeah, awesome. I think that's it. One little announcement is I don't think Eagle and Lan are here next week, but everyone else should be, so we are going to carry on.
I might possibly be here. We shall see.
Oh, okay. We'll keep you updated on
Maybe.
that one. But yes, thank you very much.
Sorry, guys.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we will be back next week with some more D&D. So please come and hang out with us all. We've loved it. We've loved every session we've done so far. It's been fantastic. So yeah. Goodbye, guys. Take care. Much love. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.